Hello, everybody. Hello, welcome in. Happy Monday. How's it going, everybody? Let me see here. Let's see here. Hi, Sin. How you doing? Hi, Emoji. Hi, Ranma. Also, Sin, thank you for redeeming first. Hi, Lumi. How you doing? Hi, Hour. How you doing? Yes, no, it is true. I do like to break out just about maybe every day or every other day. It's a common thing in the park where I just kind of wander around. It scares the shit out of people, don't get me wrong. It does scare the shit out of people, but regulars, the best way I can describe it is that they are completely desensitized. Now, interesting thing is that whenever I do break out, the one thing that I always go to just by pure habit, I like going to the pterosaur enclosure just to scare the shit out of them. That's where Damien and everyone else will go first. Look, have you ever seen a Quetzalcoatlus get spooked? It's fun. It's like scaring pigeons, except the pigeons are the size of a giraffe and they have beaks that can impale a man. It's fun. But also, thank you, Ranma. Thank you for redeeming your park entrance. How are we all doing today? They hope you're having a lovely time. I am having a lovely time. Well, I would say lovely time, but also at the same time, I'm very much annoyed. I am still very much annoyed with the military. Wait. And you still decided to not come over to my cage and write my friend. Okay, next time I break out, I will go to your enclosure. I do like to stop by the sauropods, except it's just whatever I do, there's a body count, and it's usually the sauropods. My preferred sauropod of choice is Diplodocus. I like eating them. I like eating those things. I like my steak that can crack me in the face with a whip. Look, if the steak don't fight back, then it ain't worth much. Ooh, what are elodes? See, I guess that means that the staff just leave a giant magnetic mesh. You know, you say that, but I have thrown rocks at the mesh. I do know how to get around these things. When Damien puts up something new, sit there and say, well, this is going to have him. This is going to keep him in. It's like, nope. You try to mesh, I throw a rock at it. The only times that I don't is when he leaves the door wide open. Then I just don't, because I just feel like being a little shit. Don't you dare eat my friendship book. I won't, but I will sign it. I will sign it. But yeah, no, so I'm kind of annoyed with the military because I had to call them up today for my dental work because in order for me to go full-time military, I need dental work done. Well, it turns out that the medical program that they're doing are at the end of their contract cycle. And so I gotta wait on funding. So I gotta wait on them to be funded, and then we can go from there. Because, so last week, no, a couple of weeks ago, I called them up and I'm like, hey, I need my shit fixed because you guys say I have cavities. I need those fixed. Well, we're sorry about that because we're at the end of our contract cycle. But give us a call in a couple of weeks to see whenever we're going to open up dental work again. It's like, so wait, hold up. You don't know when you're going to do dental work. So you want me to call you guys up just so that way I can confirm that you guys don't know. And confirm that you don't know. Okay. Sure. And then I called them up today. I'm like, hi, this is Sergeant Guerrero. I need my dental work done. They were like, oh, well, you see, we are at, and they gave me the same spiel as before, where, oh, sorry, we're at our contract cycle. and we are now waiting on funding. So give us a call back by the end of the week, and we'll figure out when we're gonna have dental work done. It's like, okay, sure. And the bad thing about all of this is that I can't go through like my job's dental plan, right? Because I have insurance by my job. And I can't do that because it has to go through the military. It has to go through a specific thing in the military in order for them to actually count it. Which sucks. So now I gotta... Basically, it's the tried and true military tactic of hurry up and wait. It is the tried and true method of hurry the fuck up and wait. And it's very, very annoying. Because right now I'm currently stuck up here in Maine, waiting to go back to Florida. I hate it here. I absolutely fucking hate it. Yeah, I think the premium tax care benefits are ending in the USA. That one I'm not entirely sure. I know. So when it comes to how we handle things, we have things called QTC, and we also have things called TRICARE. QTC is our current medical readiness program. It is a ginormous pain in the ass to work with. Like, it's a ginormous pain in the ass to work with. See, I thought the tried and true method was throw triplicate paper. Oh, no. So how it goes in the military is that it's hurry up and wait, hurry and get your ass moving, and now wait for... It's basically hurry up, get your ass moving, and then wait for the next set of instructions. It is stupid. It is absolutely stupid. You will learn that very quickly in basic combat training of the tried and true method of hurry up and wait. In fact, actually, it's a push-up cadence. When I say down, you say hurry it up. When I say up, you say waiting on you. So it goes hurry it up, waiting on you, hurry it up, waiting on you. It gets burned into your skull real quick. Because you'll be very much acquainted with the ground later. Even if you didn't do anything, you'll still be very well acquainted with the pavement. But also, so I do actually want to play more Mouse PI because it is my obsession right now. It is actually like it is really like my current gaming obsession. I love this game. Let's see here. So instead of walk by Tom Cardy, aka walk somebody's, basically yes. Basically yes. And when you're and also when it comes to the government and the military in general, it is mostly just you operate on their time. They'll waste your time, but you can't waste their time. And I hate that because one of my biggest pet peeves in the entire existence is wasting my time. Like, if you summon me, if you call for me, you better have something for me to do. I don't care if it's pushing a boulder up a hill. Right? I don't care. If you're gonna put me to work, put me to work. Like I said, I don't even give a flying ass if it's like pushing a boulder up a hill like a Sisyphean task. Or if it's just sweeping or carrying heavy loads and stuff like that. Give me something to do, or don't bother calling me. Because I like working. I am a workhorse. I am an absolute workhorse of a dino. I love being put to work. And I think it has stuff to do with the autism because it gives my brain something to focus on. right? It gives my brain something to focus on. And if I don't have anything to focus on, I get bored. And when I get bored, I get agitated. And when I get agitated, I get destructive. As in, I take things apart. I will take things apart just to put them back together again. Just so that way I have that bit of stimuli. You know what I'm saying? Let me see here. Also, I do want to kind of go over some paleological stuff because... Oh, let me see here. Do I have the 20 pounds? Well, it's a good thing I didn't go to the gym today, so... Let's see here. Oh, oh, I don't have my 15 pounds. What the fuck? Yeah, okay, yeah, that might be one of the, I think that's the weight that got lost somewhere in the move. It's somewhere out there. It's probably in the garage more than anything. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, you're fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, there we go. No, I mean, like, if, in all honesty, it kind of gives me a little bit, you know, it kind of preps me for the gym tomorrow. Because, your boy's starting to get muscle. Like, your boy is starting to get a lot of muscle now. Well, not a lot, but I am starting to feel a little bit more toned. So here, Blocky's Transformers Prime pre-order is sent live. Oh, right. I think I did see something like that. Hang on, let me see here. Because I also want to go over some paleological stuff, but also some toy news and stuff like that. But no, like, that kind of gives me a little bit of prep for the gym tomorrow. But yeah, no, your boy's starting to get a little bit more muscle. Because I was flexing a little bit today just to see what my progress was. And yeah, no, I'm starting to get muscle. Like, I'm actually starting to get muscle now. Hi, Scorpy, how you doing? Thank you for redeeming your park entrance. So yeah, no, I'm pretty excited. Because I haven't seen muscle on my body since like 2023. And that was like before I had my my spinal injury. Because so me and Mama Rex were talking about just like my overall like performance at the gym. And she was actually kind of amazed of like just how crazy strong I am, just even without any real muscle definition. Let me see here real quick, because I pulled this up. Let me see here. Let's see here. Army. Maintenance. Tent. Right, so I kind of want to show you guys, because this actually made me go, oh, yeah, no, I'm stronger than I think I am. So before I would injure myself, before I injured myself, let me actually see here. So I kind of want to show you guys real quick what I'm talking about. Okay, so they don't really show it in the bags, but okay, so we're just gonna use these as just like a little example here. So you're a buff T-Rex. So when is it gonna happen with you accidentally open a I always quote unquote accidentally open up the fence. I always do, Teehee. It's totally an accident. It's sometimes, you know, sometimes I accidentally throw small vehicles into other gates so that way I can open them. By accident. But, so just for context. So just for context here. So before my back injury, right? So before my back injury, I was pretty fucking strong. Like at the gym, I would bust out, on like the bicep curls, I would actually bust out, like 120 weights on the bicep curl, and I would do about, I want to say about 10. That was like my max. Like straight up like 120. 100, and I would do like 100 for each arm. But with that, I would probably do maybe about like 5, maybe 7. Maybe 7 of them. But that was just me trying to max out. Alright, and not to really brag or anything, but no, like that was like my max. And then I injured my spine in 2023. And then I stopped going to the gym altogether shortly after that because, well, there's really not much you can really do with a broken back. And so, like, all of 2024, I didn't go to the gym at all. Towards the beginning of 2025, right? So, in the beginning of 2025, my back actually, like, fully healed. So, yeah, it's kind of a miracle what happens when you let your body rest for about a year. I always thought it would be GTA with flying cars. Sometimes I like to throw cars. Usually the Jeeps. I like throwing Jeeps. It gives Damien a heart attack because he's got to pay for all of it and fix it. Sometimes he just gives up and just throws him into the enclosures. Just like, here you go, have fun. Have fun climbing on these. Hey, Oka over on YouTube. How you doing? But so this is what I used to like lift, right? So these right here, so this right here is an army hang on real quick. So this right here is a army maintenance tent. Now this stuff right here is really fucking heavy. Some of these parts you would have to put in a bag. Right, some of these parts you would have to put in a bag. And the bag required about 2 people. Right? I would basically not throw them over my shoulder, but I was strong enough to kind of like just pick them up and lug them around. They're pretty, like, if anyone is in the military, you understand, like, the, how heavy these things are. Oh, these things give me flashbacks of scouting. They're kind of like that. So these are so specifically this one right here is what I would use, pretty much what I would work out of if I'm out on the field. So this is pretty much like for your mechanics, right? So you would pull in a Humvee or a, you know, any given vehicle, you know, not obviously not a fucking tank, but how hard is it? If you have the right amount of people who know what the fuck they're doing, not too hard, I want to say. It takes a while, but they're not hard. Again, it just depends on how well everyone's coordinated. But, so a lot of these in here would be, yeah, right here. So these would be the bags that they would be in, right? And there would be multiple of these parts inside of these bags, right? And these would be extremely heavy, right? Just extremely heavy. And it would require about like 2 people or so to carry. I was able to just pick them up and just kind of lug them around. Wouldn't throw them over my shoulder because I'm not that... Well, no, I tried that a couple of times. I was able to do it a couple of times, but after a while, they really start to put pressure on your shoulder. Because it's a lot of heavy-ass metal bars just pressing down on you. It hurts. It genuinely hurts. But yeah, no, so I was able to lug these around for a while. Up until I injured my spine during a deadlifting. Right, so during our PT test, or I wouldn't even say PT test. It was just more of like our PT. We had to do PT until exhaustion because some guy was being Mr. fucking high speed. Oh, hang on. Oh, never mind. Sorry. But yeah, so we had a Mr. High Speed PT stud who would basically make us work out until absolute exhaustion. And I went to go pick up the deadlifting, and I lift with my legs. Actually, no, I'm sorry. No, I lift with my spine rather than my legs. And you don't do that. You don't do that with like 140 pounds on the deadlift when you're exhausted, and I injured my spine. But yeah, no, so I used to be a lot stronger before my spinal injury. And I am, there we go. And I'm slowly but surely kind of working my way back up there. Right? So at the gym, I'm able to do 90 on a lot of things. So things like the ab crunch machines, I'm able to do about 100 reps at 90 pounds. Same thing goes for like the torso rotation, the ab rotations. I'm able to do about 90 pounds for like 100 reps. Oh god, what is it? The bicep curl machines, I'm able to do about, I want to say about 50. It's a long shot from what it's a far cry from what I used to be, but it's still something. I mean, probably this week I'll try 60. So, and I would do about 50. I would do about 50 reps of those. The one thing that is still kind of a pain to do is, so the one thing that is still kind of a pain to do is, anything to do with my shoulders. Because, of another injury I had, but this one was during COVID. And this one was also, well, this one was me fucking around and maxing out every day at the gym until something broke. So, yeah, no, I was a younger soldier during COVID, and I thought I was full of hoa, and I maxed out every single fucking day until until something broke. Until something broke in my shoulder, and it did not feel good. And ever since then, my shoulder has not properly healed well. So now, every time I try to do something shoulder related, I do feel a little bit of a pinch. It's not bad. Right, it's not bad, but it still kind of hurts a little bit. Let me see here real quick. But yeah, so hang on real quick. Hang on real quick. Sorry, I'm just putting some stuff off to the side. There we go. But yeah, so one of the things I wanted to kind of bring up today was, so something happened with, so we actually found like a new, croc species. Well, not croc species, but more of like a cousin of crocodiles. And it's kind of fucking weird because if you look at it, you wouldn't think it's like a croc relative. It looks more of like, well, a dinosaur. And you'll see here in a little bit. Because it is kind of an interesting thing of like, well, hang on real quick. But yeah, it is kind of an interesting idea of like, well, what if dinosaurs weren't like the prominent archosaurs and it was crocodilians? Because it almost feels like they were in the Triassic. It almost feels like the crocodilians and their cousins were basically kind of becoming, well, basically the dinosaurs. So let me actually see here real quick. There we go. All right, so there we go. So this is a weird little creature that was just discovered recently. Words I can't word. So let me actually go here real quick. So this is known as witch croc. It's a small little crocodile. I want to say it's a crocodile more from the Triassic era. So we're off to a good start when you say it's from the Triassic era, because the Triassic era was at a time in Earth's history where things were just kind of off the chain, right? So this is Earth basically recovering after the Great Dying that killed off about 95 to 97% of all life on Earth at the end of the Permian era. So life was just kind of experimenting to kind of see like what we can do, right? Because there were so many environmental niches that were just left wide open. So there we go. Okay, perfect. So it says here, a newly described fossil from Ghost Ranch, New Mexico. So Ghost Ranch, let's see here, belongs to the crocodile family tree, but unlike most crocodile-line archosaurs, it walked on two legs, had small arms, and a toothless beak. So Ghost Ranch is a very cool little bone bed, I guess you could say, because this is where we found a lot of Coelophysis skeletons all in one place, and they all died due to a flash flood. In fact, actually, let me see here real quick. So let me just type up Ghost Ranch. Okay, let me type up Ghost Ranch dinosaurs. Here we go. So, let me see here. Oh, excuse me. Perfect, here we go. Alright, so let me pull this. Real quick, let me pull it on. Is this monitor? Where are we at here? Ah, here we go. Perfect. Okay, so this is what you can find in Ghost Ranch. So it says here, Ghost Ranch is near I'm gonna butcher that. Abiquiu, New Mexico. I wanted to say it was Albuquerque, but it's not. Abiquiu, New Mexico is one of the world's most famous late Triassic paleological sites. It is best known for the discovery of Coelophysis bauri, an early coyote-sized carnivorous dinosaur. And it says key dinosaur discoveries. Of course, we have Coelophysis, discovered by the thousands in 1947 at the Whitaker Quarry. This is the official state dinosaur of New Mexico. They were agile, fast bipedal predators. Then we have the Hayden Quarry, an active, internationally significant excavation site where researchers have found Tawahali, one of the first recognized dinosaurs from North America. And Dramarium, a basal dinosaur. Other prehistoric reptiles include, the fossil record includes early relatives of pterosaurs. Oh, son of a bitch. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. And heavily armored crocodile-like creatures known as adosaurs and phytosaurs. So this is actually pretty significant then. So back to this little guy. This little oddball. There we go. Researchers of the Museum of Natural History, from the Natural History Museum of Los Angeles County, in collaboration, institutions describe the species Laboragisuchus expectatus in the Journal of Vertebrate Paleontology. This animal belongs to the Chuvalosauridae, a rare group of ancient crocodiles, or crocodile relatives, that independently evolved body structures similar to those of bipedal ostrich-like dinosaurs, which is something that we do kind of see from time to time. My only other example of something like this comes from, I think it's the Ceratosauridae, where there has been one. Let me actually see here real quick. Because there is a relative of Ceratosaurus. Let's see here, Ceratosaurus. So I can't remember its name because I believe it is. I think it's either a Ceratosaurid dinosaur or it's an Abylosaur. But basically, it convergently evolved to eat plants. It's one of the. I think it's one of the very few confirmed plant-eating theropods, if memory serves me correctly. Because I believe Therizinosaurus might have been herbivorous, but we also think that it might have been omnivorous. Let me try to find this thing real quick. Let's see here. Where'd it go? Where'd you go? Did I accidentally cancel out of it? Oh, here you are, you little bastard. Let me see here. Plant eating theropods. Let's see here. Because there is one that's a relative of the Ceratosaurs. Or it might have been, again, it might have been an Abylosaur. I can't really quite remember. Let's see here. It's gonna bother me. Let me see here. Was it was it Chileosaur? Let's see here. Let me do. I think I want to say it's an Abylosaur. I want to say it was that. It was either that or a Ceratosaur. I don't know if Our is still in the chat because he might know. Let me see here, Ceratosaur. I'm gonna find this little bastard. Yeah, I don't know if Our is still in the chat because he would kind of know about these because he's usually pretty good at paleological stuff. But it is kind of interesting though that crocodilians kind of, you know, gave us this little freak. But let's see here. So where were we? Those dinosaurs evolved much later within a separate lineage. Only a small number of Chuvalosaurus species have been identified to date. The Triassic period, which took place about 252 to 201 million years ago, was a time of accelerated evolutionary change. Yeah, so like I said, it was basically just like almost kind of like a vacuum almost, because just about everything that walked pretty much tried just about every single niche that you can think of, because, well, the Great Dying happened and it left open literally so many things, right? And everything in the grandmother was just trying to figure out what lineage goes where and what actually sticks. Let's see here. Many major animal lineages began to vary during this time period, leading to a range of unusual forms, along with shovelsaurs. This period saw the rise of logoreptids, bipedal relatives of dinosaurs, whose lineage eventually gave rise to pterosaurs and japanosaurs. So the japanosaurs were japanosaurs were kind of like a weird little hodgepodge of creatures. If you were to look at a japanosaur, they almost feel like something that came from like a cheap sci-fi movie because of just how absolutely strange they were. So let me actually show you real quick. Japanosaurs. So let me just show you what I mean by these things were just bizarre. Right? So this here is what is known as a japanosaur. These are extremely weird little reptiles that look like they're just like cobbled together from just parts. So we basically have like the face of a bird, the body of a reptile or a lizard, the hands of a chameleon, the giant thumb claw of like say like a raptor, but it belongs on the hands. We have a prehensile tail like a monkey or a chameleon. And then we just have like a scorpion-like tail spike. For really just no other reason. It's just there. Again, like if you were to look at these things, if you were to see a Japanosaur out in the wild today, you would kind of be scratching your head as to like, what the hell am I looking at? And there's other things too, right? There are other, like, completely out there wackadoo animals in the Triassic period. But this is what I was talking about, like, life was just grabbing whatever kind of niche they can fill in, basically. So, we're a sloth-like claw and tail that can grasp surroundings. Labrujasuchus lived among this diverse group. So that's what this is. So it's Labruhasuchus. Oh, I guess labruja just means I guess that's Spanish for witch. I'm not very good at my Spanish. I have lived in Florida almost my entire life. And I didn't pick up a lick of Spanish. Let's see here. So we see a lot of successful strategies of modern animals and non-avian dinosaurs. First arise in the Triassic, and shovelsaurs are a great example of that convergent evolution. Dr. Alan Turner, lead author of the paper, bipedalism is certainly a unique path for crocodile relatives to take, but it's a path well trod by dinosaurs and later birds. It obviously worked for these animals. And then it says the expected discovery. So the name Labruhasuchus reflects both the location and the circumstances of the discovery. The genus name comes from the Ranchos de los Brujos. So I'm gonna say that so brujo means witch, so I'm gonna take a shot here and say without even looking at it, I'm gonna say it means like the ranch of the witch or something like that. The old Spanish name for ghost ranch combined with the Greek word sucus, meaning crocodile. So the crocodile of Ghost Ranch. Let's see here. The name Expectatus is also a Latin name for expected, referring to the expectations that this specimen would be found in this area. So basically, a rough translation to this would have been the expected crocodile of Ghost Ranch. I'm gonna say. Previous discoveries at Ghost Ranch include similar species from both earlier and later Triassic periods. The presence of an evolutionary link between them was expected. The L. expectatus helps fills a gap in the fossil record. Finding one Chauvosaur from earlier in the Triassic and one from later meant that we paleontologists knew there were probably more from in between waiting to be discovered and described. Dr. Nate Smith Gretchen, Augustine director and curator of the oh god, I'm gonna butcher this. MLAC Dinosaur Institute. We wanted to highlight how the fossil record works. See here. So Smith also explained the haunted history behind the site's name. Local legend holds that ranchers called the land Ranch of the Witches to discourage visitors and protect the cattle operations of the Archuleta brothers. The researchers chose to honor this aspect of the regional history with the name they chose. Oh, so I was kind of right. So I guess it just means expected. So then I guess it means like expected witch croc or expected witch crocodile. This discovery marks a milestone for the ongoing excavation project at Ghost Ranch, which enters its 20th year. Oh my god, that is kind of crazy that it's been going on for nearly 20 years. Because honestly, I remember Ghost Ranch from Walking with Dinosaurs, because I believe that was the setting for the episode with Coelophysis, because it revolved around all these Coelophysis getting killed in a giant flash flood. The site, known internationally through Georgia O'Keeffe's painting of its red and ochre badlands, contains 4 active quarries and has produced some of the most well-preserved Triassic fossils. In 1947, paleontologist Edward H. Kolber documented more than 1,000 well-preserved skeletons of a small Triassic dinosaur known as Coelophysis in this location. The excavation at Hayden Quarry, where I want to call it Expectatus was found, is part of this ongoing project. Each summer, teams of paleontologists and volunteers excavate the site, which and each season brings new discoveries, sometimes confirming what researchers already anticipated. The researchers note that long gaps in the species fossil record indicate much more of the group's evolutionary history is still unknown. More witch crocs may still be out there. So that's kind of cool, actually. That is really cool. Yeah, so I honestly love the evolution of crocodiles just because it's so weird. Like, the evolution of crocodiles. In fact, actually, let me look this up here real quick. So let me just do witch croc. Witch croc. There we go. So this is what our boy looks like. Yeah, so that is what our boy looks like. And yeah, it is kind of a weird one because I don't think we have that many croc relatives, so to speak, that are herbivorous, if at all. And yeah, no, this looks like a very, very, very early almost basil-like dinosaur of some variety. But it's really cool, though, that we have something like this. And it really does show just how diverse the evolution of crocodiles really are. Because most croc relatives typically are quadruped. I like how there's like not even like a... There's like not even like a Wikipedia page for this thing. So... Actually... let's do that. Let's see, Labruhasucus. There we go, Labruhasucus. Okay, so there is a Wikipedia page. So let's look at some more Shovosaurs. Let me actually kind of take a look at these. So, okay, so I guess Shovosaurus are, as it said, they are these bipedal, almost dinosaur-like, reptiles. That is kind of nuts. If life took a very different route, these probably would have been the dominant animals. These would have been the dinosaurs, basically. So, it's an extinct family of theropod-like pseudosuchians within the clade Poposauridae. Shovosaurus existed in North America and South America during the late Triassic and Carnian to Radian stages. Shovosauridae was named after Sankar Chatterjee in 1993 to include the genus Shovosaur. That's kind of cool, actually. I want to take a look at some of these. So we have Labruhasucus. So we have Shovosaurus itself. Silosuchus. Okay, so Silosuchus we don't know too much about. Just by looking at this. So we just know of a little bit of the neck vertebrae, the back, and the hip bone. And like looking at the hip bone itself, yeah, the hip bone looks very much like a theropod. It looks like a lizard hip. Because lizard hips typically have like a thing right here and a thing right here. So that's actually kind of interesting. So that's kind of like a rendition of what it might have looked like. That is really, really interesting, actually. So Poposauridae, that's actually kind of like a funny thing to say. Poposaurus. Yeah, so like right there, that almost looks kind of like a theropod's hip bone. So something like, say, like a T-Rex. It's just like this is so fascinating. Like I do want to I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to do a little bit more research on early crocodiles, because this is actually like really, really fascinating. And it's really weird. It's really weird because it looks like these crocodiles would have actually been really, really diverse. And I'm wondering if they fell into the same trap as like the non-avian dinosaurs. So they were more of specialists. So that's kind of like I think that's like one of the leading reasons as to why non-avian dinosaurs died off. Was because birds are more of a generalist. They're more of the jack of all trades. Whereas non-avian dinosaurs were more or less specialists. They specialized in certain fields, in certain niches, in certain environments, and they just couldn't adapt. Or adapt quickly enough like birds. Like, for example, humans. Humans are more of a generalist. Right? We can survive just about anywhere. Right? We can survive in, arid deserts. We can survive in subarctic, if not just straight up Arctic. We can survive in the subtropics. We can survive in the tropics. We can survive just about anywhere and thrive. We are known as a generalist. Now, I would say maybe like take like an alligator, right? An alligator, I would say, is probably more or less of a specialist. They're specialized in one environment, and that environment being pretty much fresh water. Now, I know alligators have also been found in brackish water and I believe salt water, but more or less they've been found in fresh water. So, but yeah, alligators are more of like a specialist. They can't survive in a desert. They can't survive in the Arctic. They can't survive in cold weather, but they can thrive in subtropic waters, if not more of like just warmer temperature environments, right? It's kind of the same thing that goes with birds and dinosaurs, or non-avian dinosaurs and avian dinosaurs. So avian dinosaurs can probably survive the KT mass extinction event because they pretty much revolved around eating things like seeds and bugs and stuff like that, and smaller things like maybe lizards and stuff like that. And obviously things like, say, Tyrannosaurus Rex, however, obviously a Tyrannosaurus Rex would not survive because Tyrannosaurus Rex survived off of eating megafauna. So things like Triceratops, Edmontosaurus, Alamosaurus, stuff like that. But smaller dinosaurs like, say, Troodontids, Unalagians, smaller Dromaeosaurs, maybe the occasional like oviraptors like Citipati, probably could survive just a little bit longer, but they weren't as adapted for this kind of environment like, say, avian dinosaurs, like, say, like something that has like a toothless beak and could eat nuts and bugs, like, say, like a sparrow. So, also, hi, Lilac. How are you doing? I hope you've been being very good today. Hope you've been behaving. Alright, so... But yeah, no, I thought that was kind of an interesting thing that I wanted to bring up because that's so cool. And I never really get to talk about a lot of stuff about things like, say, early crocs. But it does make me want to go back and read up more about things like La Brujasucus. I mean, just look at that guy. It is something that I do want to kind of like show to some of my friends who are not or who are not like aficionados in paleontology, and just be like, okay, let me ask you, is this a dinosaur? And I want to be like, nope, actually, it's not. It is known as a crocodile relative. And I want to fucking laugh. Because I have a friend of mine who is like a hardcore Christian. Right? He's a hardcore Christian guy. And I want to just show him that, just so that way I can just punk him and be like, no, it's not a dinosaur. It's a crocodile. And then he'll flip his fucking shit. Well, I'm glad you're doing well, Lilac. Alright. Also, I want to show this off as well because I don't know if I went over this on stream last time or some time ago, but I wanted to show this off because I think this is genuinely really, really cool. So let me see here real quick. Let me just do this. Okay, so I want to do this real quick. Hold up. Ah, just got an itch on my ear. There we go.
This video is sponsored by FlexiSpot.
Okay, so I wanted to show this off real quick. Also, hi Tabby, how you doing? We're talking about dinosaurs. Because of course we are. But no, how are you doing, Tabby? Let me see here. Because we just... Wait, hold up. Tabby, I want to ask you something real quick. You're going to be my first guinea pig in this situation. I want to ask you something. Oh God. Oh, no. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. I want you to look at this. I want you... Oh, wait, hang on. Hang on real quick. Let me do something real quick. Let me do La Bruja Sucas. I want you to look at this thing, all right? Let me grab the image. Hang on, my computer's loading real quick. Hang on, my computer is loading real quick. Because I want to show you this. Let me see here. Okay. I want you to look at this thing, right? Okay? Is this a dinosaur? Okay, is this a dinosaur? It has all the traits of a dinosaur, but let me ask you, is this a dinosaur? Hang on, let me see. Because like I said, I want to, honestly. Okay, yeah, honestly. Just waiting on. The first thing came into my mind was worm. I mean, yeah, it does have a long neck. It does have a very long neck, but let me ask you. Is this a dinosaur? Like I said, you're my first test subject. Because I want to try this out with my deeply Christian friend as well. I would say yes. It's not. This is not a dinosaur. This is actually a crocodile relative. Yeah, no, so this is a relative of crocodiles. It's called La Bruja Sucas, meaning the witch croc. I wanted to test that out. Yeah, no, it really is. It is, it's part of a lineage of bipedal, pretty much herbivorous, crocodile relatives. Yeah, no, it's really cool. And also, hang on, I gotta pee real quick. I will be right back, and then when we do, we will, watch this video about people giving, chickens tails. So, I will be right back, everybody, because I really gotta take a piss. Yeah, I know there's a delay. That's just because my internet sucks, so I do deeply apologize. Yeah, my internet is absolutely garbage. Ooh, damn it, I got hiccups. But yeah, so I want to show this off because this is really interesting, right? So they basically gave chickens 3D printed tails.
Make sure you check them out at the end of the video.
A couple years ago, I turned snakes back into lizards. So now, I'm gonna turn chickens back into dinosaurs.
Well, technically speaking, chickens are already dinosaurs. Basically what it is that you want to turn the saurian traits back on.
This is a dinosaur. Wait, no,
Correct.
I mean, sorry, it is, but like this is a dinosaur from back when they were good and when they still had tails to help them balance.
By the
Now-
time you get to chickens, the center of mass has changed. Like, they don't have a tail anymore.
So what
No,
you're saying
most
is
birds
the
don't.
chicken's basically a disabled dinosaur.
No. Not even a little.
It turns out that chickens are basically disabled dinosaurs. But if you just glue a stick onto a chick's butt, their bodies remember having tails and they go back to walking like T-Rexes. And lucky for me,
Yeah, so what's interesting is that people have done some research on chickens. And it actually turns out, sorry, I got like sourdough. So what it is that in the embryo, right? So when chickens are in the embryo, they have about, I think it's like 15 tail vertebrae, right? So they got about 15 or so tail vertebrae. And when they hatch, they have about, I think, 5. So while they're gestating in the egg, their dinosaur traits are turned on because they also have teeth, they have, I think, claws, and they also have tails. And people are trying to find a way to keep those traits on.
I know real YouTube farmers with 12 healthy living chickens to experiment on.
One died in infancy. The other one died because it got an infection, and a coyote actually ate them.
Okay, so maybe they're not good farmers, but they do have 2
But they are a
of
farmer.
the most disabled chickens I've ever seen.
She watched like 8 of her sisters die by coyote, right?
They have 0 survival instinct. They're like bugs.
My God, they're like
Obviously, without
VTubers.
some kind of advanced prosthetics,
My
these
God.
chickens aren't going to survive long outside. But maybe that's just the natural order of things, and chickens
Also,
are
can I just sit
supposed
here and
to
say
get
we need
eaten.
more chicken VTubers?
Or maybe they just need some awesome prosthetic tails. So I reached out to a group of
We need
makers
more chicken
that
VTubers.
regularly defy the natural order. Okay, wait. Before
Of course
you
they would
go,
hire
hear me out
furries.
on this.
Of course they would hire furries for
I
this.
really like your muzzle.
Thank you.
What does it say?
No, but like seriously though?
Good girl.
It turns
But no, seriously though, like
out that furries have been strapping tails onto animals that lost their
okay, like no, seriously though, like no diss for to furries and all that kind of stuff. I love furries. But no, seriously though, if you want to ask someone to make a prosthetic tail, you go to a furry. They mostly have that stuff down to like a fucking science. It is kind of nuts.
tails for decades now, and they're really good at it.
That moves.
Yeah, they are.
Really, really nicely.
So it's basically made of foam. Make sure you leave gaps.
You know
in the
that.
middle, and
You know
that's
what makes sense.
makes
Hey, no, exactly.
articulations.
These articulated fursuit tails use foam segments with a flexible core to move basically like real animal tails. And they're so comfortable to wear that I don't even want to admit how good this feels. It's not my birthday, so I modeled a chicken
It's his birthday, everybody.
tail, since a chicken's fursona is a T-Rex. And to make sure that the prosthetic fits perfectly over
What
the
would my
chicken's
fursona
butt
be? Would it be a
nub,
chicken?
I 3D scanned
Because if a
its
chicken's
body,
fursona is a
but, it kinda
T-Rex,
came
would
out like
mine
how
be a
it would
chicken?
look like in a physics problem.
That's fucking useless.
Then, after I finished designing the tail, I printed the butt socket and all of the tail segments out of a foaming TPU.
I love
So
3D
the
printing.
parts are literally made out of a soft foam.
This stuff is so squishy. It's like some.
I love
future
3D printing.
shit.
So I laser cut this rubber sheet to act as the core and bolted all of the tail segments together to it.
Oh, God,
I
that'd
really
go
hope
down,
this
right?
doesn't awaken anything in me.
I have a problem.
A
Here
cute
is
rooster.
A dead chicken.
Like,
wearing the
okay,
tail,
honestly,
and look,
though,
it looks
Honestly, though, okay, so I actually learned this from a, weirdly enough, a political commentator, because I was listening to one of his podcasts one day. And he was talking about how he has a bunch of chickens, and he was talking about how, you know, people want to sit there and say, like, oh, the lion is the symbol of masculinity and stuff like that. But it's like, no, it's the rooster. Because if you have a coyote, right, if you got like a coyote and it comes across a rooster, the first thing the rooster will do is draw attention to the coyote so the hens will get away. I did not know that. I just thought chickens were cowardly.
great. It works great. But I just realized that this tail only tilts in the direction the chicken's already tilting in. So it's like not counterbalancing.
Honestly, though, I don't know if that matters, because like in the original paper, they just used a stick. But I'm definitely in too deep now.
Yeah, they
so
they put a
to be
stick and
safe,
shoved it
I'm
up their
gonna
butt.
I'm gonna make another tail that's got like motors and sensors in it, so that like actively counterbalances. Cause I think I might have brain damage. So I
Yeah, you got
these
brain
two
damage.
tiny linear servos and attached them to the tail cone. Now, when I
Well,
did
they
this the
needed-
first
what he
time
should've
with
done
the
is hire a
snake,
furry
I
to make
got
this.
Some really great fan art.
He
for
really
you guys
should've.
of the snake and its powered exoskeleton. But I did also get some very detailed, highly inappropriate furry fan art of the snake,
Ayo?
which I didn't really like. So if you're going to
Ayo?
draw a gross, sexy version of this chicken suit, don't take any notes on this color scheme or
Please
any of the
do.
small details like these.
I
cool
do
spikes
love me a
added.
good monster
And
fucking.
definitely, please do not send your art to alan.m.panplusfanart@gmail.com.
Yeah, this is a mealworm. This is like crack for you, isn't it? Here, go on, get the crack. Get the crack cocaine.
Yeah, he had enough
Back on
furry
the
help.
farm.
No, he
Somehow
needs
the
more.
chickens are still alive.
He needs
Decide to be a
more.
Dinosaur again? All right, there's two tails here. There's two options.
You want to be a
Which one do
dinosaur?
you wanna
It's
try
already a
The first tail is
dinosaur.
the original passive fursuit tail, only I glued a bunch of chicken feathers to it.
to make it look more like what your
But
old tail
chickens
might
are
look like.
already a
You like this one?
dinosaur.
Option 2 is this actively balancing robot tail, and it's kind of like futuristic. It's got a microcontroller with an integrated IMU, which controls 2 linear servos that pull nylon strings that run through the inside of the tail. That way, when the chicken shifts its body weight, the tail will automatically counterbalance to the opposite direction. You like this tail? Oh, okay, we'll try this.
Actually, I
tail
kind of
first
like that
then.
tail. I'm not gonna
Do you
lie.
think the chicken will actually turn back into a dinosaur? So my friend William Osmond helped me get the chickens into their harnesses and attach the first tail. And it actually looks awesome.
That's awesome.
Oh,
Alright,
actually-
let's see if she can
So
move.
honestly,
Or she just.
if it were me, because I am a bit of a paleo nerd, I would have gone not so much with like a movable tail. I would have gone with something like, say, like a dromaeosaur tail, which is a very long and stiff tail, help for balancing and almost kind of acting like a little bit of a rudder.
Chooses to move. Stand up.
Yeah, be proud. Stand proud.
At first, I was hoping the chicken was
That's
maybe
what I would've
just
done.
updating its firmware.
Maybe like I'll apply some like social pressure this way, and then you hold the worm in front.
Or
Yeah, but
maybe
chickens are
it's
kinda
like when you
dumb.
put shoes on dogs and it just takes them a little bit to get used to it.
Oh no, she's retreating. She's retreating into my butt.
But after 10
Yeah,
minutes,
she-
I
she's
finally
retreating into my
accepted
butt,
that
everybody.
This chicken just wants to die.
Return to
How is
booty.
it still not accepting this tail? This is like space age material.
Things weren't looking good, but they were also looking bad.
Maybe this tail is like too passive somehow. We had the robot one. It like adjusts according to like the chicken's tilt.
I have like a
Yeah.
mecha tail.
I was starting to get flashbacks to the time I was accused of being a snake abuser. Only this time,
Wait, what?
I'd be known as chicken hater Alan Pan. Either way, my
Wait,
fate was
hold up,
now
he was-
in this
wait, were people
chicken's
saying he was
hands,
abusing
and
the
whether or not
snake?
it wants to undo 65 million years of evolution all comes down to this moment.
Hold up, what?
looks dead. She looks like roadkill.
But then, something happened that I can only describe as a miracle.
Just get up, okay?
No, that you literally told her to get up and which is.
Oh, that's actually really cool. Yeah, so the tail over there is being used as a balance.
Did you see how she's walking?
That looks like a dinosaur.
That is actually unfucking real. Yeah, so now it's not so front heavy because it has a tail as a counterbalance. That is really interesting.
It's a dinosaur. It's a dinosaur. She's literally a dinosaur.
It reminds me, like, one of my favorite movies growing up was the Mecha Godzilla, and it kind of looks like that.
And look, the tail is adjusting.
That is really
she
cool.
doesn't even notice.
And it's not just that this chicken's wearing a nice fursuit. This is how it walked before, all front heavy with awkward hips. And this is the Giga Chad Frankensaur we just made with a properly
Yeah, 'cause you have that
sloping
tail
and
as a
the posture
counterbalance.
of a predator. Not the child kind, like the cool kind. But just in case this isn't enough to scare off the coyotes, I've prepared one more trick up this chicken's sleeve.
Okay, so what would happen if you were to, like, let's just say hypothetically speaking, right? Let's just say hypothetically speaking, you want to try to revive dinosaurs, right? You want to try to open up a Jurassic Park, right? And you want to use birds as your base, right? So what would happen if you were to, hypothetically speaking, bring back dinosaurs, right? Non-avian dinosaurs, right? So what you would get is that you would not get dinosaurs like, say, Tyrannosaurus Rex. You wouldn't be getting dinosaurs like, say, Triceratops, Brachiosaurus, and the like. No, if you were to bring back dinosaurs using birds, you would be getting raptors. You would be getting something akin to raptors. Probably the closest thing you would get to something akin to a dinosaur, like, say, raptors and stuff like that, would probably be what would be known as opposite birds. That would kind of be the closest thing you would get. Now, if you want to use, say, like the Shirima, you might get something akin to their ancient relatives, which are the, I would say forest ruckets, but technically speaking, the Shirima is a forest rucket in of itself, but ancient forest ruckets. So things like Kelican, and terror birds and stuff like that. Right. With some dinosaur, or like some non-avian dinosaur traits. Which it would be kind of cool, but also I would probably be shitting my pants.
This is a little bit extra just in case it worked. This is an anti-coyote shoulder-mounted defense system. I made it out of a recycled Mark Rover hack pack.
Now this is what I call a chicken.
Stay upright, please. You look so cool.
He made a fucking Zoid. He made a Zoid, basically.
This is even better than, like, old-style dinosaurs. This is like a mega future dinosaur. Shoot the coyote!
Nobody is going to fuck with this chicken ever again.
I feel like the
Thank
coyote
you,
would be
chicken
confused.
lover Alan Pan. And thank you for watching.
After 65 million years of mistakes, we finally didn't make one.
Is this video about, like, proving God wrong or something?
I think, honestly,
Yeah.
I can't think of why else I would do this.
Now I'm gonna do a sponsored message, and if you want to help me trick the sponsor into thinking it was good, then watch this whole thing and click
Guys,
all the links in the
guys, I have a
description.
sponsor too.
I've been making videos for
Guys,
over 10
I have a
years now,
sponsor
and
too.
A lot of my tools have gotten better, but my desk and my chair are still poopy
I
up tier.
too
So
have a
wanna
sponsor.
genuinely
I too have a sponsor. I am an affiliate with HobbyLinkJapan. Use my chat command code !HLJ to take you directly to the website. Also, I'm an affiliate with WaifuWares. Use my chat command code Waifu to take you directly to the website. Use my code GuaroBrown at checkout for 15% off on all of your online purchases. There, I did my plug. I did my plug and his plug, bitch.
Thank the sponsor of this video, FlexiSpot, who sent me their new E7 series desk and C7 morpher chair. This desk is built like a tank. It's got 4 motors to adjust anywhere between sitting and standing height, and it can hold up to 660 pounds. And even then, it doesn't wobble at all. My last desk was a disaster, but my new E7
it looks like my desk
has these organizational drawers and even magnetic cable management that keeps everything tidier than it's been in a decade. And with a 15-year warranty, it's guaranteed to last even longer than that. Sometimes I legitimately have to pull 16-hour editing days, and that's going to be way less miserable now with the C7 Morpher, which can support 380 pounds and has upper back support and air lumbar support tech. Every little bit of this chair is fully adjustable, so you can make it fit your body perfectly. So with this desk and chair combo, who knows, maybe I'll publish more than 3 videos this year. So again, big thanks to FlexiSpot for sponsoring this video and for specifically asking for this message to be at the end of the video so you guys wouldn't be interrupted. And right now, FlexiSpot is offering discounts of up to 80% off, so it's the perfect time to upgrade your old setup. Use my exclusive code ALLEN50 to get $50 off your purchase of an E7.
I'm not gonna lie, that desk looks
C7
really fucking
series
good.
chair. Are you still here? Okay, good. I think we fooled them.
Got some fur in my mouth.
All right. But yeah, no, that was actually really good. I kind of want to see what his snake with legs video is. I kind of want to see what that one is, actually. Now that I think about it. All right, so this is giving snakes their legs back.
I'm Alan Pan, and I'm an animal abuser.
Oh.
Is what a lot of people would want me to say. Because in my last video, I caught and released a wild snake. So now I have to prove that I'm
that's
a
just a
snake
black
lover,
racer.
not a snake abuser. I actually feel bad for snakes. They lost their legs, and nobody is even trying to find them. Nobody except for me, snake lover Alan Pan.
I will
So
say though,
called
the
LA
evolution
Zoo
of
to ask
snakes
one of their
is
snake
really
experts
kind of
where I could
weird.
find the missing legs.
Because I don't
When
think
they
we
got back
quite
to me, they
know
said it would
exactly
cost over
where snakes actually came
$2,000
from.
to speak to him on camera.
But crawls around
So
like
I found
centipede.
a pet store that does reptile birthday parties for $200, and I told
Wait,
them
what?
it was my birthday.
Where are her legs?
Okay. They are vestigial legs. They can no longer be used to like actually walk with or anything.
They didn't lose their legs, they're right here.
Yeah, I guess.
It turns out that snakes do have legs when they're embryos, but their DNA is all fucked up. So the genes that are supposed to grow 2 legs grow 2 penises instead. They can't walk on those. When any other animal has deformed
Man,
legs,
I wish I had
humanity
2
comes
penises.
together to spit in God's face, and we build that animal awesome new cyborg legs.
Look at
But
the-
nobody
look at
loves
little peg
snakes enough
legs.
to build them robot legs. Nobody except for me, snake lover Alan Pan.
Oh, there we go.
These are called 3-toed skinks. They're lizards with 4 tiny, stupid little legs, and they might be the closest thing I could find to an actual snake with legs.
Oh.
And this is a fish abandoned
I think that's a
by
sea
God.
robin.
Sea robins have a bunch of terrible spider-looking legs, but honestly, this looks like a much more stable configuration. This is how many legs snakes should have.
No. How about no? Oh, that is horrifying.
Yes!
That is genuinely terrifying.
Yeah, this doesn't really feel right, does it? I'm gonna get in so much
Giving
trouble for
snakes
this.
spider
I cannot
legs?
strap this
No.
to a real snake. I was wrong. Snakes should not have more than 4 legs. But all these other animal legs have multiple iterations, so mine will too. Snake legs 2.0
Oh, that's
is
fucking
going to
cool.
need more support in the middle for the floppy snake body. And
Just
instead
give
of
it peg
pressure cuffs,
legs.
I need a design that a snake can
Let's go with the
somehow
horror.
choose
No,
to
just
put
give it
on
peg
and take
legs.
off. So after referencing 3-toed skinks and Earthworm Jim, I had a model ready to print and assemble. And while I'm building these legs, I want to thank Skillshare for having the cojones to sponsor this video. If there's a skill that you've always wanted to learn but never made the time for, then Skillshare is a great place to start. I hate to admit this, being a full-time YouTube thumbnail designer, but I never really learned how to use Photoshop. And Skillshare just happens to let you find classes that match your goals and interests, like an Intro to Photoshop class. Skillshare is a great resource for entrepreneurs and freelancers or anyone looking to level up their side hustle skills. There's no ads to distract you while you're exploring new skills. There's new...
So funny enough, like speaking of like editing and stuff like that, I mentioned this to a few people, right? I mentioned this to a few people in their chats, but so funny enough is that I am a self-taught video editor. I self-taught myself how to edit movies and videos since I was in middle school. And I've had a couple of and I've participated in a couple of like oh, hang on. So I actually hang on. There we go. So I actually helped participate in a couple of like movie editing for like local projects when I used to live in Florida. So it's a lot of trial and error, but personally I had a lot of fun while I was doing editing projects.
Premium classes every single week, and the first 1,000 people to use this link will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. Just think, in the next month, you could learn photography or illustration or business or all of them. Do you know how many of these courses you could take for free in a whole month?
Photography's fun.
I don't know, but it's a really easy way to find out. Be one of the first 1,000 people to use this link and try Skillshare today.
Oh, good shake. Good shaky, Snaky.
She is beautiful. Each of these robot legs has 2 servos. They're connected to this servo controller board
Wait,
that can
hang
be
on. I want to see
activated
something.
wirelessly.
I want to see something. What are because I want to say it's monitor lizards, right? I want to say it is monitor lizards. Let me see here. Closest living relatives to snakes. Because I want to say it's the monitor lizards. Well, yes, I know, stupid, that yes, closest living relatives to snakes are lizards. So it says snakes are highly specialized legless reptiles. Monitor lizards and anguimorphs. Closest living legged relatives to snakes. They share several genetic markers and anatomical features such as advanced skull mobility and forked tongues. Other lizards, geckos, skinks, iguanas, chameleons, etc. Or I should say, what lizards are closely related to snakes? Varanoids, so monitors. Yeah, so Varanidae. Squamates, yep. So yeah, so squamates are basically just lizards and snakes. Okay, so squamata includes things such as the Debamia, Gectoda, Psychonomorpha, so skinks. Toxiophera, so I'm gonna say that is venomous snakes. Anguimorpha, so that includes things such as legless lizards, I'm guessing. Iguania, serpents, and then Mosasauria.
And programmed with this laptop. The body is just a tube, right? So like, the snake can get in whenever it wants and leave whenever it wants. Totally voluntary. The legs are
and
perfect.
Let me
the
see
only
here.
problem is I don't know how snakes are supposed to walk.
Historic.
I think what I actually need is to just have a live
Historic
reptile in front of me so that I can watch how it
snakes
walks and
with
use those movements as a
legs.
reference while I program these legs. So I found an animal rental
Here we
agency
go.
that would let me book a professional lizard photo shoot. But
So-
then I found out it would cost $350. So instead, I found a pet store with a reptile section and told them I was shopping for lizards.
I'm not shopping for lizards. That's interesting. They don't really walk like mammals do. They kind of have this like sideways, like alternating kind of a thing.
Also, that's also like a really good workout too. So, when I was in AIT, right? So when I was in AIT, so military, basically military tech school, the drill sergeants, as a punishment, had us do what is known as the lizard crawl, which is basically this,
They don't really
or
walk-
some people called it the Spider-Man.
Like mammals do. They kind of have.
And yeah, they don't really move like mammals.
Pet store with a reptile section.
They have a sprawling stance, and then it's like two, like they kind of move almost like two legs at a time. So, you know, two, like a front leg and a back leg move at the
That's
same time,
interesting.
basically.
They don't really walk like
Like
mammals
that.
do.
Yeah, so like two legs move forward, two legs move back.
They kind of have this like sideways, like alternating kind of a thing.
It's actually a really good workout.
With this visual data, I was able to reconstruct how a snake might walk if it still had legs. Yes, 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 it looks just like a big lizard. The legs are ready now to give to a real snake.
Prosthetic for a snake? Exactly.
I love
I know. Only someone who really loves snakes would do this, right?
So I found a professional snake breeder on Instagram who goes by Granddaddy Herpes. Sorry, Granddaddy Herps.
He's either gonna be a creep
Granddaddy
or he's gonna be, like, the
Herpes.
friendliest old man
I
in the
feel
world,
like that's
like a
I
big
feel
squirrel.
like that's gonna
No
be the
in
name
between.
for
I'm
Ron
hoping for the best,
Jeremy.
but this might go really poorly.
You're supposed to turn left there.
It turns out Granddaddy Herps, aka Anthony, is a totally normal guy. Dude,
Yep.
how many snakes do you have here?
So this one alone holds about 40.
Who just happens to have snakes having sex in his garage.
I do have a breeding pair
Nice.
here.
Oh, they're getting busy in there, huh?
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're actually locked up right now.
You got snakes in
Nice.
the corner, you've got
Yeah.
snakes at every inch of this place. All of these snakes
I don't know,
here,
I
you
still wanna call
breed
them
here so that other
Granddaddy
people aren't
Herpes.
taking them out of their natural environment. They're like long like snakes are. Anthony has 11 years of snake experience, so he's going to make sure that I don't hurt the snakes and that the snakes don't hurt me.
So I was friends with someone who was breeding snakes, and snake breeding is a very serious like market. It like people take that shit really, really serious, especially when it comes to pythons. Because I like to consider like pythons, especially things like like ball pythons, kind of like the koi of reptiles, because of just how much people have basically raised and bred these snakes to have like really interesting patterns and designs and colors and stuff like that. So it's almost like they're like koi fish.
Choke my neck. Would this snake try to bite you if you reach for it?
If I get close enough, it will bite me. The way to diffuse it is you don't go face first or else you're going to get bit. You get behind them.
Around.
Just like that. Yeah. See? And that just comes with experience.
According to Anthony, an angry snake will form an S shape with their bodies, but a comfortable snake relaxes like a noodle. That means that only happy snakes will be able to use the legs. This will be our first candidate for pilot. They're actually very cute. Do we stick our head
Oh, yeah, no,
first or
snakes are
ass
adorable. I love
first?
snakes.
We'll go head first.
Hey, baby.
You got this.
Hey, baby. You want to get your legs back?
The snake's is like, dude, I don't want to go in there.
She's like, Papa, don't make me go in there. This was the moment of
Like, don't
truth.
make me go in the
Did snakes
tube.
really want their legs back, or am I actually just a snake abuser? My reputation as snake lover Alan Pan was in the balance. She's doing it. She's doing it.
Nope.
Oh. Yeah, don't worry, Snake. I got all night. Isn't that right, Audrey? What does this mean? Is that yes? Okay, yeah, we can be here all night. That's right, baby. This is a one-way ticket to Leg Town, just for you. She changed her mind. So, she did seem to like half of the tube. Something was wrong. Why couldn't this snake make it more than halfway through the tube? When she first gets in there, she doesn't seem to want to. I do wonder if that has anything to do with the servos being on, because they do jitter a little bit. Because they're very sensitive to like vibrations, right? This will be off now. My fate was now entirely in this snake's hands. That's backwards. You're going in backwards.
We'll do it one last go.
Yeah. Oh, she's zooming now. This is actually incredible. Like, the fact that she's getting more comfortable with the legs. Oh, yes, 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 yes. She totally wants her legs back. Tongue's flicking,
Oh,
good
wow.
sign. And then we just start the...
Oh!
Look at that.
Oh, that's
I
so
cannot
cool.
believe that was working. Oh my God.
That is so cool.
This snake is like totally comfortable with these legs. Hey. Hey, you like having these legs? You like
She's
having
like,
these
I
legs
don't
back?
know what's
I finally
going
had
on.
proof that I really do love snakes. She's going with it. That is crazy. The snakes want their legs back.
That's so cool.
Bonk. So what do you think? Do you think this snake enjoys having legs?
Now I think she for sure does.
It was totally riding those legs. It like was actually comfortable with the legs.
It was even looking side to side.
Yeah. But are these prosthetics good enough to let this deformed creature live a normal life? And now you can walk your snake, just like God never wanted you to. Like, I cannot get over the image of the snake
Get the
crawling
robot
with robotic
snakey.
exoskeleton, yeah. And then we just take our snake out for a walk. You ever taken a snake out for a walk before?
That is so cool.
Look, she's like totally accepting this. Here we can even
This
get
is
her
my
to
life
turn a little
now.
to the left here. There you go. There you go.
Oh, that's so freaking cool.
And then we'll let it park, and then you can go ahead and exit the ride. I cannot believe that this worked.
That is really cool. Oh, that's so flipping cool. I love that. Hang on real quick. Let me see. Hang on. I gotta do something real quick. Okay. Let's see here. Because I kind of want to watch something from Kentucky Ballistics. Hang on, let me see here. Okay. So I kind of want to watch something from Kentucky Ballistics. So let me see here. Let me take a look here. Well, you know what? Let me see what other stuff does this guy have. Because I've never really seen Alan Pan before. Wait, hold up, what? Wait, so this guy is... What is this? Hold up, where'd he go? I tried... What does this say? I tried building AI slop in real life. Oh, this has got to be good. Oh, this has got to be good.
AI. I know you're sick of those letters.
Okay, here we go. So this is... I tried building AI slop in real life.
AI. I know you're sick of those letters because I am absolutely done with those letters.
Yeah,
And
no,
look at
fuck
all this
AI.
AI slop. How am I even supposed to compete with this? It can take months to engineer a video idea, and sometimes it's not even good. But an AI slop account can rip off that idea 100 different ways.
Yeah, no, fuck
And I'm
that.
not even sure if people can tell the difference. But what if we flip things around? Instead of AI...
Now, I will say this though about AI. I will say this: AI is getting better, but at the same time, I still say fuck AI.
Stealing our ideas.
Hot
We
subject,
steal
I know,
AI's ideas.
Fuck AI.
All I have to do is find some slop with a couple million views, build those ideas in real life, and then rake in even more than millions of views and prove that human content is superior to AI. That's of course assuming that I can make real content that's better than AI slop content, which, I mean, of course I can, right?
Yeah. Oh, what the... Okay, I feel like
This
that
is
right...
First sloppy slop.
Okay, honestly, that I feel like you could probably make pretty easily, because I know there are some people that sell those old merry-go-round horses, so I feel like you could easily just convert that into a scooter.
That caught my eye. It's a horse mobility scooter. And I don't know why, but the AI accounts seem to have a thing for horses. Like they have horse mopeds, horse motorcycles, horse robots. I think that this is probably the best version of that idea though, because your target audience will be boomers and they can't tell that it's fake. Even though the AI doesn't seem to know whether the horses are supposed to be alive or not. And I
Yeah,
think
no,
all I
that's
need to
kind of
build
weird.
This is a mobility scooter and a horse. So I called a guy that you've probably seen before who knows a ton about scooters. That's right, Michael Reeves, his engineering friend Tommy Wong.
Yeah, mind the bees.
Oh my god, Tommy! Why are there so many bees?
Oh my god, what the
This
fuck?
place is awesome! You've got everything in here. You've got a little Hello Kitty bike. You've got anime.
Hell
you've
yeah.
got, rotten cat food.
Hell no.
Pest problem.
Okay, yeah, I see.
Tommy has a mental illness that I think is
Wait,
called
wait, hold up.
whoring.
No,
I
go
mean-
back. I need to analysis this. I need to see his taste. I need to see his taste in waifus. Okay. This man is pretty based. I'm just saying. This man has some pretty base taste in waifus. Like, especially since we have top tier god tier waifus like Aqua and Darkness. Yes, I 100% approve of this.
Tommy has a mental illness.
Like, I will sit there and say I fucking love Darkness. As a paladin main in Dungeons and Dragons, and as a tank in every RPG I play in, I approve, because I love the fact that she's the tank and she's a masochist, which is kind of a thing for tanks. You take it and then you spank it.
That I think is called whoring. No, I mean whoring.
Oh, and he's got
He's
Dizzy.
got all the garbage that I
And
need
he's got
to make a
Dizzy
real
from
horse mobility scooter.
Guilty Gear.
Is this a carousel horse?
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's what I was talking about.
Have you ever sat on this?
No, I'm kind of scared to.
Oh.
Did you actually just show up and break my horse?
Yeah.
Yes.
But, okay, so Tommy, is it okay?
Yes.
To use this horse.
Back when this horse was on a carousel, it probably had a big brass pole going right through its horse.
Ayo.
But for some reason, Tommy's just had this crappy piece of wood holding it up. So I reused the mobility scooter's chair to weld up a frame with a pipe to stick the horse onto.
Oh, yeah,
Bad
look,
horse,
it goes
bad
right
horse.
in the horse's hole now.
And then Tommy helped me replace the mobility scooter's dead speed controller with a much better one.
Some senile moron used tiny 24-volt batteries when you could just use 2 LiPo batteries to get 48 volts. So this thing should go twice as fast. I don't know why they didn't think of this before. Whoa!
Now me and Tommy just have to lay pipe up the horse's hole.
Ayo.
Now you might be thinking to yourself, but Alan, how are you supposed to steer this thing? This handlebar doesn't turn. Well, don't you worry, because me and Tommy have bypassed the entire horse and built the world's first mobility scooter with foot steering, which is great for people
Yeah,
who
see, this is
wanna
what I was
use a
talking about.
mobility
Like, just
scooter,
go
but
ahead
their
and
legs still
make,
work. And look at this
no-
thing. This looks way better.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about. Just take one of these little carousel horses and just like put a little mobility scooter on it. Yeah, that should be easy.
Than the AI version.
But even if it looks good and works good, it doesn't mean it'll make a good short. And also, it doesn't really work that good.
Horse mobility scooter, 3, 2, 1. Oh! Oh! Oh my god! Oh! Oh! Oh, the steering! Oh my god, the steering is really bad. It doesn't like to steer. Whoa!
Yeah.
Oh my god! Oh! Oh! There's no brake! Oh! There's no brake! There's no brake! I can't steer! Ah!
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, it has been about 30 minutes now. I've uploaded this short onto Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and I didn't provide any context. Like, I don't want people to watch this just to beat AI. I just want to know straight up, raw dog, if people like this more or less than the original. So I use the same description as the AI slop and the same caption, same editing style, same length, same everything.
Honestly,
and so far things are looking bad. Like, it's not a
Wait,
good
what?
sign when the platform analytics are telling you in plain English that your video is terrible. Hey, so we noticed that you suck. Can we figure out why? Looking back on this,
Well, yeah, because people are more addicted now to like watching AI slop videos. And even if you just sat there and like, oh, hey, we base this off of AI slop, more and more people nowadays are just going like, oh, I want to watch the AI slop video instead. Like,
I think the problem is a mobility scooter needs an actual boomer to be on top of it. Otherwise, it's just a random YouTube guy on a carousel horse. Like, the idea just doesn't come together otherwise. So right now, we're at 2,000 views on YouTube and Instagram and 400 views on TikTok. This is probably not gonna get over 1 million views. So like, whatever idea I steal next has got to be something I can build as visually close to the original slop as possible. But before that, I'm gonna tell you about the sponsor of this video, Upside.
I was collecting points on this fast food app that will remain unnamed, but then my account crashed and I lost all of my points. This is a true story, but now I've got Upside,
which is a free app that gives you extra cash back on your everyday purchases.
I have something like this, but it's for gas.
And your car. There's no confusing point system, no digital coupons. It's actual money that you can transfer straight to your bank account. This is a pizza place by me with a 28% cashback offer, and that's cashback on top of any cashback or rewards you're already getting with your credit card. Just claim the offer in the app, pay for it with a credit card like normal.
See, now if I was like not giving a flying dick about my diet,
and restaurants on the
I would totally get
Upside's
this.
given back over $1 billion to its users so far. To find out how much you could earn, download the free Upside app and use promo code AlanPan to get an extra 25 cents back on every gallon on your first tank of gas. It helps support the channel, and you get an extra 25 cents back for every gallon on your first tank of gas with promo code AlanPan. And thanks again to Upside for sponsoring this video.
Oh look, an AI
God, I don't know how the fuck you would be able to wear those.
high heels. This is giving a ton of that like thanks I hate it kind of energy where it's disgusting.
Yeah.
You can't look away. There's
It's
actually
like
a ton of like other
it's like those morons who drank the foot juice and what was that one anime convention a couple of weeks ago? Yeah, if you guys don't know, apparently people were drinking like juice or whatever, like water that this one cosplayer had her feet in, and someone got like a fucking lung infection.
beer-filled things in AI slop, but for whatever reason, like beer heels is definitely the hardest to not watch. So pros, I think this project actually looks very doable in real life. Honestly, the hardest part will be finding someone to model them. Cons, it has over 10 million views. So somehow I have to make something real that looks even better at being
hold up.
worse
Wait,
than-
go back. It's too far. Where did I see it?
Cons, it has over 10 million views. So somehow I have to make something real that looks even better at
where is your foot? Where is the foot? The foot is it literally looks like the shoe just ate her foot.
being worse than this. But after some challenging attempts
Oh yeah, no, that looks about right.
beer mug, I decided this project should be 3D printed. So then I did something that
Well,
would
yeah.
terrify even
I feel like you
Jeff
kind of
Bezos.
needed to.
I hired a human being to design the shoes, and then I got it printed at a brick and mortar small business.
Whoa!
I
put him on a turntable also.
So like, okay, I kind of want to do this. I want to see like if there's any like 3D printing stores around me, because I really want to download this really cool Serpentera, this 3D figure of Serpentera from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and it's huge and it's absolutely massive. But the problem is that it's huge, and I don't want to sit there and be like, hey mom, and hi there. Hey mom and pop shop. I know you're a small business and your 3D printer is probably pretty small, but I need this big giant toy 3D printed, please.
That is
That's
gorgeous. How long does this take you?
I don't know.
like,
Maybe
like
one of these days I'll put up like a 3D printer on my throne because I
The
really want to start
flavor.
like 3D printing
clear
things.
coat on, and the clear coat didn't
I
go
just
well,
love
so
3D
took the
printing.
clear coat, and then all the different polishing, it became frustrating. Son of a fucking bitch.
So thank you to Vision Miner for torturing one of your employees for an entire week to replicate something a
God.
slopsmith probably made in 3 seconds. So then I packed my bags to do a fashion photo shoot with my good friend Crescent Shay.
Alan's kidnapped me here in a foreign country and I can't escape.
She makes real fantastical clothing that looks so good it could be AI.
It's a cool concept. I mean, like, it has the hint of something that you want to put in the world, but is it super realistic?
What do you think is in this box, Shay?
Beer shoes.
There we go.
Shiz.
No, these are actually
Oh my God,
really good.
Shiz.
And
Does anyone
even though
remember
I
that old
had
video?
Zero
Shiz.
experience as a fashion photographer. I was
Oh my
still
God,
dog
Shiz.
shit at filming fashion.
The bug wood in the beer.
What? There's a bug in there?
Also, turns out
What?
in real life, it's impossible to walk in beer shoes.
There's no grip.
So,
Well,
this,
yeah.
This is
So-
the best I could do.
My
Oh yeah,
God.
I like the tilt. Nice and dynamic.
My God.
It is like a such.
Oh, that's so attractive, chat. Would you drink that? Please say no.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, no. Oh.
Turn out quite as clean as the AI version, but it's actually about 30 minutes since I put the short up. It's actually doing way better, especially on Instagram. It's already got over 20,000 views, and the reactions are exactly what I was hoping for. Some things were not meant to be created. Ain't no way to fake that kind of instant revulsion. Brilliant. I missed the person I was before I saw this.
Like how the
There are
ones just
more
like
weird
animals.
comments than I was expecting, but I think these are mostly just like edgelords trying to be funny. And honestly, it says more about Quentin Tarantino than it does about the shoes.
Well,
so
yes,
I'm just gonna
Quentin
let these
Tarantino has
simmer.
a
You
foot
never
fetish.
know, but just to be safe, I'm gonna try to build one more slot.
Yes! I want to poop in the fish tank.
AI slop shorts I found, and I have no idea why. It is 61
Oh,
seconds
speaking of which, I
long
have
of
to
just
fucking poop,
this.
man.
And I'm sorry, I have questions. How are you supposed to feed these fish? Do you just piss and shit into? where they
Yeah,
live?
you
What happens
poop
when
in
you
the
try and
bowl.
Flush one of these things. Nobody knows. But this short still has 14 million views. This one's gonna be hard, but hear me out.
Yeah, you
That's
poop
why
in the
it'll work.
bowl.
I think the other shorts might have actually been like too realistic, but if I make an aquarium toilet that looks anything like the short and works
Oh.
even a little
Actually,
bit
you know
like
what?
a toilet, people might.
Speaking of poop, hey, hang on. I gotta go to the bathroom. I really gotta take a shit. I'll be right back, everybody. No, seriously, I gotta take a shit. All right, chat. Whew, I feel so much better. Okay.
Watch
Damn, I
that
feel
more
better.
than
All right,
the
let's
AI
go.
version. So the first problem is that toilets aren't aquariums. But apparently you can make your
Wait,
own
what?
custom aquarium out of acrylic sheets. And
Well,
lucky
yeah.
enough, I have an acrylic guy. Wait, I mean I have an acrylic guy.
It's heavier than it looks.
Where are we gonna put this?
At first, I was a little worried because
But
the toilet
but
diagram
how
I
are you
gave
gonna make
Davis
enough of?
wasn't the most
But my
detailed.
problem
But
is
somehow
that.
he was able to turn
But my problem with this, right? So my problem with this is how are you going to be able to make? Also, welcome back from everyone who was in Abrag Baby Jail. So my problem with this is how are you going to make an acrylic toilet to where you can sit on it, right? How are you going to be able to do that? Because I've tried sitting on acrylic before. It snaps pretty easily when you are a big person and you know, if it fits, I sit on it.
turn that into a straight up gunpla toilet kit.
This looks clean
What?
as hell. I know you can't see it, but there is an invisible toilet lying on this sheet.
So then we glued all of the acrylic sheets in the toilet kit together with this really cool chemical that's illegal in California. But it's okay, because we actually filmed this in Texas.
I was gonna say, like, what isn't illegal in California? I'm gonna be honest here.
That's what it looks like, a cartoon invisible toilet. This is really cool.
Now, I could have just stopped right here and put this thing in my bathroom and filled it with fish, but I am mentally ill. So next we installed a fully functional flush tank and real transparent toilet plumbing.
Wait, what? What?
Hey, that is a perfect gurgle sound.
That worked.
Yes,
That worked really well.
This is a real working toilet. You could poo in here and it would work, except that instead of going into the sewer, your poo would drain into the shower. That's because
Yeah,
rented this
I
place,
think
so
I would
can't-
just
can't
probably
actually
piss
install
in
the
there.
toilet where the toilet should go. And look at this. Are you seeing this? All of the parts of this toilet that
I'm gonna be
flush
honest, I would
are
probably just
completely
piss.
self-contained. You see this empty space outside of the flushing parts? This is where the fish can live. The AI couldn't come up with this. This is human ingenuity. I'm basically a toilet genius.
Yeah, you're a toilet genius, all right.
Jesus.
So
Yeah, you're a
next I
toilet
set up the
genius, all right there,
aquarium
buddy.
part of the toilet with all the stuff that fish need to stay alive.
I don't think this is cheating because it's very subtle. I'm just gonna add a little SpongeBob to this for engagement, because kids love SpongeBob.
But just to
SpongeBob.
be absolute sure that no one would accuse me of animal abuse, I found the most miserable looking, already abused fish I could.
Oh my God.
So that living in a toilet would seem like paradise to them.
Whichever one wants freedom the most.
You know what? I think he wants to.
Oh, okay, yeah, he volunteered.
It was meant to be.
But even with real fish inside, it still didn't look as good as the AI slop. Until I stuck some blue LED lights on it. And then it became fucking awesome.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to pee in it just to see if this works. But I'm also like, I don't want to piss where there's actual live animals in there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there you go, little chocolate log. That is insane.
Hello. go. These shorts have been stewing for 3 weeks now, so this is as many views as they're gonna get. So on TikTok, none of my shorts got
That is
10,000
views,
insane.
insane.
Which is especially embarrassing because I have almost 1 million followers on TikTok, and I guess none of them wanted to see this. On YouTube, though,
I don't know. I think that would be my
All
favorite.
3 shorts got about 80K views, which is better until you remember that
Because
the
toilet
lowest
humor's
number we were trying to beat
funny.
was 1 million views. If you add all these together, it's still not even like a reasonable fraction of 1 million. But then there's Instagram. Horse mobility scooter, 90K views, not good. Aquarium toilet has almost 500K views, which would be really good.
Because toilet humor's
13 million
funny.
views. And then there's beer mug heels with 6 million views. That is a certified banger. That is a huge
You know,
number of views
okay,
to my
honestly,
Instagram. And at first,
I don't know. I feel like you could probably do the AI or the beer mug boots. I feel like you could probably do it if you cheat a little bit, right? I feel like there's a way you could get away with having like the beer look with the foam. I feel like if you found a way to kind of like sandwich some liquid in between like 2 like little walls or something like that of like whatever the hell that they made those 3D printed boots out of, you could probably do it. And then probably, I don't know, like line the opening of the boot with like, I don't know, like some kind of like cotton or wool or, you know, some kind of fabric to replicate like a foamy beer. I don't know. I feel like you could, but like if you really wanted to do like an actual like beer mug or a beer shoe, yeah, no, I don't think that would actually work.
honestly, I was worried about where the views were coming from, but then I saw that a bunch of non-perverted accounts were stealing and reposting it, so most of the views must be from normal people. And even that is still about half as many views as we needed to beat the original AI slot.
God.
So I'm sorry, humanity, we've got to take the L on this one, but I do want to thank all of the real people that gave these shorts a fighting chance, who helped build and...
I don't know. I mean, like, if you were to bleach... I mean, like, if you were to bleach the fuck out of those two, like, little shoes, I would totally drink out of them.
Film and edit.
But again, if you clean and bleach the shit out of it. All right. So, the next thing I want to look over. So, the next thing I kind of want to look over with you guys. Because I wanted to go over Kentucky Ballistics, because I think they uploaded a new thing. They did. And I love Kentucky Ballistics. Oh wait, no, there's a couple of them. There's a couple of them. Okay, so this one is called Can the Heaviest Mug Stop a Bullet? Alright, so let's see here. Okay, so this is Can the World's Heaviest Mug Stop a Bullet? God, I love that.
Hey, Scott, check out my new mug.
Ooh, I like that
You
mug.
got surgery or something? Your face looks the same. No, not my face. My new mug. This thing weighs 22 pounds.
No, it
Why in
don't.
the world would you buy that?
No, it don't.
Because now I can drink my protein shakes and get jacked all at the same
Wait,
time.
hold up. No, it's not. Wait, hold up. Is it? Wait, please tell me that's not true. The world's heaviest mug. The world's heaviest mug. Hold up. No, that ain't true, is it? That ain't true, is it? Wait, hold on. You know what? Hang on. Let me
You're
see
an
here.
idiot. Yeah, well, at least I'm not a weak idiot. You probably couldn't even hold this thing.
Bruh, can you
Let's
lift?
find out. You got it. Oh, my wrist.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Mm-hmm.
Okay, so funny story time with me, right? Okay, so funny story time. So two of my toes are permanently rearranged, and the reason why is because back whenever I was a teenager, I was moving stuff around for my stepdad, and I was barefoot. And he had a couple of weights, right? And the weights were, I think, I want to say they were 20 pounds, right? They were 20 pounds or something like that. And so I was just kind of like walking around with these two weights, and I accidentally drop one of these weights onto my foot. And not my big toe, but my second and third toe are now permanently bowed because I dropped a 20-pound weight on my toes. Like, shit hurts. Like that shit actually like legitimately hurts.
Are you sure that landed directly on your toesies? Good. Just gonna go. Okay, well, I'm really sorry.
Yeah, that shit hurts.
Man.
I was kind of like walking like that for a bit. Yeah, no, that was my reaction too. And I was like 13 or so. Was I 13? I can't remember. I think it was like
Scott, and you're watching
15 or
Kentucky
14.
Ballistics. You know what? I'm a little bit thirsty. I've got the world's heaviest mug here, and it's not even that heavy. Everyone's like, "Oh,
what is
can you
it?
Pick it up." I totally can. I can get it.
What is it?
Okay, it's pretty heavy. I have seen these things all over the internet with all the big, strong bodybuilders and world's strongest men trying to pick them up and drink from them. And it is very heavy. It is 22 pounds, and it is solid. I mean, just a big old chunk of steel. When I first saw this thing, naturally, my first thought was, I bet my cat couldn't knock that off the counter at 3 a.m. and scare me to death. And my second thought was,
oh yeah, no, that is a thing.
I'll have
that
to wait
is
till
a
tonight
thing
to see if my cat can knock it off of the countertop. But right now, we're gonna see if it will stop a bullet. I have firearms ranging from small all the way up to very large.
Yeah, no, that is a thing. So what this is, chat, it is called the Heavy Mug. And yeah, it is a 22-pound mug of pure stainless steel. Hand wash only, because I have a feeling if you put that in the washing machine, the dishwasher, it will absolutely, utterly eviscerate your dishwasher. Like, it will genuinely, more than likely, eviscerate your dishwasher.
We're gonna put this thing to the test.
And
so
it's about $189.
Set up and get
Holy
started.
shit. Oh, you almost got it.
Today I
don't
have just one world's heaviest mug. I've got 3 of these things. Each
Oh,
one
God.
weighs 22 pounds. So we've got 174 pounds of coffee mugs. I highly doubt we make it through all 3 of these, but I'm going to put liquid in each one. I'm actually kind of curious to how much liquid these hold.
Oh,
it's like about
Christ.
12 ounces. All right, today we're going to start out with 22 long rifle. Pull that off of my handy dandy hold up displays gun wall. I have a Ruger Mark IV suppressed 22, and I'm loaded up with 1 round of 40 grain 22 long rifle. Look at this little guy. He's trying to get nectar
from the
ferret. Okay, here we go.
That's pretty ballsy. Damn, you hear that ping?
I'm not really sure if I hit it. I'm gonna do it one more time. Not really sure where I hit, honestly. There's like no marks on this thing. But
He might have missed it.
I do have a mark here on the table. So it looks like it ricocheted off of there.
Damn.
And then skimmed our table. I'm going to say 22 long rifle is going to do nothing to the world's heaviest mug.
Damn.
Up next is going to be 5.7. I have a Ruger 5.7.
Oh.
I'm loaded up with 1 round of 5.7, and these are 40 grain rounds.
Ooh.
All right, here we go.
Oh, that hit it. Yep. Dinged
We
it.
had a solid hit with the 5.7 right there, and it did absolutely nothing to the world's heaviest
Made a
mug.
little ding.
And Most of my soda is still in there. Up next is going to be 9 mil. This is a SIG P211 GTO. This thing is absolutely slick. And I'm loaded up with 1 round of 9 mil. It's 115 grain full metal jacket. All right, here we go.
Hell yeah. I ain't gonna do nothing but like.
Looks like I spilled a little bit of my soda.
Did he? Yep, yeah, he did.
Looks like we hit right there with the 9 mil, and there is a little bit of a mark there, but not much. And most of my drink is still in there.
I feel bad for the delivery driver who had to like deliver 3 of those things.
This is a Bull Armory SAS2, and I'll be loaded up with 1 round of 40. These are 180 grain full metal jackets.
Damn.
You just got jammed.
I pushed it back.
Pretty square that time. Right there with the 40, and it actually knocked it back, but still
nothing.
Not doing a whole lot to this mug. Up next, we're going to step it up to 45.
Oh, is that the Desert Eagle?
The Lord's caliber.
Oh,
I have
no.
a 1911, but this thing has 2 barrels. This is an APF.
Yeah, I think that's the one that
I'm
always
loaded up
gets
with
jammed.
2 rounds of 45 ACP. These are 230 grain full metal jackets. The point of aim on this is a little squirrely, so not really sure if I'll hit it or not, but we're going to try.
Yep, nope, that didn't work.
I think I hit above it and below it.
Yeah.
So when the bullets leave that gun, they kind of act like they don't like each other. Typically, one goes high or low, and one goes
Yeah,
left or
I don't know
right.
why you would even
Looks
have
like
that.
I hit the table right here, and the other one flew right above it, but
Yeah, because the other one hit the little pond.
Didn't do much of this.
Or
I
puddle.
don't think 45 is going to do a whole lot either. Up next, we're going to step it up to
Is that the
357.
Aw.
Talking about that 357. This is a Coonan 1911 chambered in 357, and I'm loaded up with 1 round, 125 grain jacketed hollow point.
This really makes me want to go to the range
Definitely hit
chat.
that. Looks like
Oh, pushed
I
it
hit
back a little bit.
to the right, ricocheted off of this, and then hit the grip. Man, this thing's pretty.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of
Now
want to
we
get
start
one.
Stepping it up to some handguns that are a
But-
little bit bigger and a little more powerful. First up is going to be a Smith & Wesson 629 44 Magnum, and I have 1 round of 44 Magnum. That's a 245 grain full metal jacket.
That should do so. Oh, tilt it. Oh.
Top of the mug with the 44 Magnum. It put a really good dent in that thing.
Damn.
Almost knocked it over onto the other 2. That thing weighs 22 pounds. I mean, that was really delivering some force. Spilled my soda, though. I'm going to take some of this. I'm going to pour a little bit of that in that one. There we go.
Oh, there we go. That'll okay. I kind of.
Step it up.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want to get this so that way I can actually kind of curve my soda addiction because I'm very addicted to Dr Pepper Zero. I don't know. Maybe if I get like a 22-pound mug, I think it'll make me not want to drink it as often because that would require me to do almost like a full-blown workout with each sip.
460 Smith & Wesson Magnum. This one has an 8 3/8 inch barrel, and I'll be loaded up with a 460 Magnum 360 grain hard cast. Guarantee you we knock over the mug.
Really? Oh, yeah, you did. Damn.
Wow.
Completely knocked it over.
We had a good hit with the 460 Magnum. We hit right there, and this is wild. That round broke up. Look at this line on the table up here. You can see it goes from here all the way across, and that is shrapnel that came from this when it busted on that mug. That is pretty crazy, and this thing is still
That is nuts.
in great shape. You could still drink out of that.
That
Let's
is
hit it with
nuts.
something bigger. The last handgun we have today is a big one. This is a 500 Bushwhacker. It's pretty much a 500 Magnum on steroids. This is the round it fires.
Oh
It's
my
a
God.
400 grain hard cast. This thing still makes me a little nervous, so got on a little bit of extra safety gear. Okay, this should be pretty interesting.
Jeez.
For one, I am concussed. 2, pretty sure I shot right above it. Round 2.
Yeah, you might want to aim a little bit low. Ooh.
That was pretty impressive. Let's have a look at our mug.
Did he go through?
Oh my goodness! I know.
Damn, that is a dent.
Look at that. That is a big old chunk missing out of that thing. That is pretty darn impressive. But you know what else is impressive?
Crap. Yeah! It's my dream car.
And you only have 2
Chat, that's my dream car.
entered in to win the Ballistic Bandit.
Yeah!
A 1978 Pontiac Trans Am that was custom built by Trans Am Depot and is the only one in the entire world. Custom roadster shop chassis, 700 horsepower motor, it's full-wheel drive, and has all the amenities of a modern vehicle. And not to mention the electric exhaust cutouts. The clock is ticking, and now you only have
I want this so badly.
For every $5 you spend on Kentucky Ballistics merch, will get you 1 entry. And this week's new shirt is 4 on the board. And if your closet is running out of space, that's okay, because now I have some new Kentucky Ballistics decals.
Fuck yeah! Oh, I need some for my truck.
There's a link in the description.
Oh, I need some for my
below.
truck,
Get
chat.
on it before it's too late. That was our last handgun. Now we're going to step it up to shotgun and rifles. We're only going to
Yeah, now we're getting to the big boys.
This
is that a motherfucking silencer?
10-gauge shotgun suppressed with a JK Armament 10-gauge suppressor. And I'll be using
What
a
the fuck?
10-gauge slug, and this thing is
I didn't
1
even know you could make
3/4
suppressors for
ounces.
shotguns.
I think I'm going to spill my soda. So I moved a new mug up front.
Okay.
We hit right there with the 10 gauge. Didn't do a whole lot to it, but it definitely delivered some power because it knocked it over pretty easy. This mug is proven to be pretty tough. It's time we step up to rifles. First up is going to be 5.56. This is a SIG 516 G3.
Hell yeah.
Mag. I'm loaded up with 1 round, actually 2 rounds of 5.56. Think this is going to put a pretty big dent in it.
Oh, that's. Oh, is it?
Okay.
Ooh.
The rifles are definitely going to do a number on this thing. Look,
Damn. Okay.
look at that. That is.
Oh, yeah, that like embedded itself into the mug. That's nuts.
From the 5.56. That knocked out a big old chunk of that thing.
Oh yeah, I did.
Wow. Didn't really move it much, but a lot of penetration. Up next,
Yeah,
we're gonna step it up to
penetration.
7.62 by 39. I have an RPK today.
Ooh.
This has a 20-round mag, and I'm loaded up.
So wait, hold up.
7.62 by 39, full metal.
I'm not too familiar with the AK lineage, but like, what's the difference between this and an AK-47?
Jackets.
God, I'm feeling the fucking communism just coming from that rifle.
I'm not a huge fan of the sights on that RPK, and this is why I can't hit squat with them, but I hit down here.
Yeah, that was not a good
And
shot.
we just put a little dent in that thing. Didn't do a whole lot. 5.56, 7.62 by 39.
Yeah, that wasn't really.
Kinda old
I would.
news. The new hotness right
I would do a reshot of that.
now is 277 Fury, and this is a SIG Spear chambered in 277.
I wonder how much
Fury.
SIGs
Now
are.
we loaded up with some 100.
Are they? I wonder if they're like any. I wonder if they're kind of like an AR.
277 Fury. These things are screaming at over 3,000 feet per second.
Ooh.
This is gonna put a dent in it. Golly.
Ooh. Ooh,
Run
smoking.
it around. Let's have a look. Oh, that is a big old chunk taken out of that thing.
Oh, that's
Dang,
nasty.
That is one hard-hitting, fast-moving round, and that mug still ate it. I am curious, though. Ooh, there is actually a dent in there. Let's have a look at that. Yep, you can see it right there.
Kind of. Oh, yeah.
That's
Oh,
pretty
wow.
rough.
Yeah.
That
is.
is some thick steel. Up next, we have
Yeah, it
another
is.
big, fast-moving round, the 30-06. And this is my favorite 30-06, the
Ooh.
Ohio Ordnance Works H-Car. I have one 20-round mag loaded up with 1 round of 30-06, and this is a 150 grain full metal jacket.
Ooh.
Let's look at this thing. Ooh.
Did it put a hole?
Another
Did it put
really big mark.
Oh.
My goodness.
Holy shit.
277 Fury, and then there's 30-06. Took a big chunk out of that thing.
Ooh. Ooh, I like that.
Wow.
Damn, man.
Right. Guess we need to step it up to something even bigger. I have 3 more rifles to hit this heavy mug with, and they are some big boys. First up, it's going to be a double barrel 500 Nitro Express elephant rifle. And this one is for all you Pokemon lovers out there. It has some awesome engravings. If you look here on the bottom, you have a Snorlax. On the side here,
wait, no, that's
a Blastoise. On this side, you have a Charizard, and on the very top is a little Pikachu. And I'll be using this big old round. That's a 500 Nitro Express, and that is a 570 grain full metal jacket.
God, what are you gonna fucking put down with that? Like a water buffalo? Oh, that's definitely gonna do something.
Woohoo! Knocked it off the table.
Damn! Oh, right dead center.
Well.
Oh.
We spilled our soda. Let's have a look. I think I turned it this way. Wow.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Oh man, that's deep.
Big dent. Look at that crater. That took a ton of material off that thing. I think
God.
the results with this
what is
depend on where you.
What did they make this out of? I think it was like stainless steel or something. Let me see here. Let me go to their website. It says right here, capacity, curled no slip handle. No, I'm sorry, knurled. 304 food grade stainless steel. God fucking bless. That is
hit because
that's nuts.
Up through here about this far.
Hi,
this
Chisana.
is hollowed out. But this down here is solid. This next rifle makes a 500 Nitro Express look like a Red Rider BB gun. This is my A-Square 577 Tyrannosaur.
Yeah, bring out the big boy.
World, and it fires this behemoth of a round, the 577 T-Rex, and that's a 750 grain round.
Look, if you need something with a hole punched in, you get a T-Rex. Like, it's just common knowledge. Ooh!
Oh, wow. That was quite the ride. Ha.
Ooh, yeah, smell that. Yep, that's what I'm talking about. Like, if you need something with a hole punched in, you get yourself a Tyrannosaur. I've made it to my next job site. Oh, no. I hope it's not going to be too crazy for you. So dead tired right now. Yeah, like you said you were going to be pretty busy this week.
It's right here on the table, and it looked like it was smoking when I walked up. I need to get some liquid on this thing. Come on. It seemed like it was pretty hot.
Oh, damn!
Oh my gosh. That is insane. That is a hot bullet.
Holy shit.
That means we yep.
Yep, you punched a hole in it.
This thing. Oh my goodness, look at that.
God damn.
5.7.
Oh, it fucking melted it. Damn, look at that bloom.
7 T-Rex for the win. That is crazy.
That's why when you christen anything as a T-Rex or a Tyrannosaur, it's going to get the job done.
No wonder that thing was so hot. Because that is some high
God, wait.
friction for that to push through that steel.
So it not only just ate the fucking wall of the mug, but it also dented the back of the mug.
That thing was sizzling.
Whew!
I'm not touching that, that's for sure.
I dunk it in the little pond back there.
This. I've got. Oh, it's melted to the table.
Oh. Oh.
What the? That's loose. I wonder why. That's weird. That is pretty gnarly. It hit that mug.
Oh.
And then just said, "That's okay. I'll just squeeze on through here," and pushed all the way through that. It's pretty impressive. But we still got one more rifle.
See, I was lurking on you. Jesus, that gun. Yeah, no, that did a lot of damage.
These two right here. Pretty good souvenirs for somebody. I don't know if you could drink out of that one anymore, though. That's only if you want a little bit of coffee. You know, just half a cup. We have one rifle to smack the world's heaviest mug with.
Is it a Barrett?
That is a
Is it the Barrett?
I have a special relationship
Is it the 50
with
cal?
50 BMG. This is
Also, thank you for the lurk.
M82A1 semi-automatic 50 BMG, and I'm loaded up with one round.
The Barrett 50 cal.
Just kidding. Are you serious? You think I want another 15-inch neck scar? This is a 660 grain 50 BMG full metal jacket. But if you do want to see some other really cool stuff with 50 BMG and other things like it, I have a new channel on Pepperbox called Kentucky Ballistics Unfiltered, and I highly suggest you check it out.
Yeah.
I'd normally just stand and shoot this thing, but I need to be a little more precise today.
Oh!
I'd say I hit it.
Yeah, you
My
did.
sinuses are now clear.
Boom! Oh, damn.
Well, let's see. We threw this thing about a good 10 to 12 feet. Let's see what happened. Oh, yeah. We made it through it.
Oh, that is clean.
Made it through it, but we did not make it through the other side. There's a dent right there, but it did not have enough power to make it through both sides of the 22-pound mug. We also have quite the dent right here in the front. But
yeah, you do.
I think what impresses me
Holy
about this
shit.
test the most is today a 5.77 Tyrannosaur, one of the world's largest safari rifles in the world, stood toe-to-toe with the 50 BMG. Both of them made it through the front of this 22-pound mug, and neither one made it all the way through it. So
I might need one of these.
Between 50 BMG and 5.77
Look, I might
Tyrannosaur.
need one of
Now
these.
I could. What could make it through both sides of this mug, or maybe two mugs? Maybe one day we'll have to shoot these with the 20mm anti-tank rifle.
Yes.
So, don't forget, if you want to get your start in firearms
Yes.
technology,
Yes.
SDI, there's a link in the description down below.
Jesus.
Also, be sure and give today's video a like and make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future awesome content.
Yeah, no, I totally want to get one of these. I'm not even gonna lie, I totally want to get one of these. Because not only will I get a nice workout while I'm drinking my Dr. Pepper Zero, but if someone wants to break into my house, I now basically have the equivalent of a club that I could just start bludgeoning the son of a bitch to death. Hulk smack, yeah! Yeah!
Always.
Fuck that table!
Thank you so much for watching Kentucky Ballistics, and I'll see you next time. I thought I forgot to say something. Oh yeah, don't forget to pick up a new shirt and get entered to win the Ballistic Bandit. Okay, bye!
I'm such a dude. Like, that stuff got me excited. Just watching him, like, destroy the table, like, yeah, that got me excited. I'm such a fucking guy. But yeah, no, that was really good. That was really good. I kind of want to watch another Kentucky Ballistics. I want to watch another one. Like, I need my daily fix of, like, 2 servings of gun video with you guys. And we'll watch this one that Smugalana was watching today. It's called the Kraken Knock Volley Gun. The 7-barreled behemoth. Okay, there we go. Alright. And this will be the last video of the night. So, actually, no, wait, we'll watch something a little bit shorter. We'll save that one for another day. Let's see here. What is a good gun video that we can watch? Oh, wait, hold up. Wait, hold up. Hi, Topaz, how you doing? Wait, hold up. I kind of want to watch this, though. It's about a guy. So, I love watching Atozi's videos. And, because he was just covering, Johnny Somali. But now I kind of want to watch this thing about, some guy named, Pee Pee Poo Poo Man. So there's a guy, I guess there's a guy that I'm guessing there's a guy terrorizing people by the name of Pee Pee Poo Poo Man. I wonder if this guy's Floridian. I wonder if he's Floridian. What the fuck? This man is allegedly to be throwing feces on people in Toronto. If you know who he is, call the Toronto police. Remains anonymous. How do you not know? Like, that's a clear, like, do you not have, like, his mug in, like, the records or something? Because I feel like that's a pretty cut and dry case right there of the Pee Pee Poo Poo Man.
The Pee Pee Poo Poo Man situation is crazy in so many ways. The title of this video, obviously, and also the name he's known by, and the whole situation.
I love the fact that he's just called the Pee Pee Poo Poo Man.
University library in Canada carrying a Home Depot bucket. Honestly, you guys don't want to know where this goes, but what happens next is honestly so insane that it's pretty much traumatizing. It's so traumatizing that it traumatized a good portion of Canada. But honestly, the worst part is just a few weeks ago, the dude was arrested again for something arguably worse, if not as bad. Regardless, both incidents are horrifying. So me, Apoka, who might be one of
because you got a guy who's just running around throwing, I'm assuming, bags of both his pee and his poop. Like, just all willy-nilly.
The worst rabbit holes this channel's ever gone down. Everything I've learned about this guy is technically against my will because I had to make a video on this, but here we are. Now I'm going to force feed you guys the information on this man because he's a 23-year-old Toronto
get it from? I don't know.
In November 2019, his name first appeared in the police reports, and not for anything that typically really lands people on police reports, like not a fight, not a scam, not even one of those pranks.
It sounds like something I would hear from Florida.
No, he did something way grosser. He walked into university libraries with buckets of liquefied human waste and decided to just dump them on strangers.
Ew.
Yeah, that's the story. That's it. Yeah. But what makes this so much worse is it didn't happen once, not twice, but across 3 separate incidents over the span of about 4 days. So you had 5 victims.
How has he not been caught?
Knew each other, and none of them knew Samuel. Like at this point, put the dude under the jail because the first attack went down on Friday, November 22nd. Samuel walked into
Floridians don't eat poop.
John P.
We
Roberts
just throw
Research
them.
Library,
like
one
monkeys.
of the largest academic libraries in North America, and he found 2 people that were sitting at a table and just decided he
Floridians don't eat
and
the
then he
poop.
left.
We just
And a
throw
witness
them.
nearby
Again,
later
we're like
described the smell
monkeys.
hitting
We
them
throw the
way
poop.
before they could even understand what just happened.
I saw like a guy like covered in it, and like we were like everyone was silent because I guess they're in shock, and I thought it was like coffee or something, and I was like, did it like a coffee thing? Like somebody dropped it on him? I don't know. And then like all of this, like it didn't smell first, and then all of a sudden like the smell hit. Somebody was like, oh, it smells, and then everyone's like, oh my gosh, and like I thought I was gonna like faint or like cry or something, so like me and my friends just like packed up our stuff and like ran out of the room.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, how are you supposed to react to, you know, someone throwing fucking poop and pee on you? Like, how are you supposed to react to that? Or was it in Georgia that a guy ate another man's, no, that was, okay, so that is Florida. That is the Miami zombie. That was a guy who, was, snorting bath salts. And he went on a absolute terrorizing rampage and ate some guy's face.
Cause like, yeah, I will never forget that smell.
So,
well, yeah, well, no shit, you're not gonna forget that smell. It's literally someone threw their poop on you.
Confrontation, no argument, just he showed up, he poured the bucket out, and then walked away. Again, put him under the jail. What's going on here?
Yeah.
Like, sorry, dude. If you're doing this to people, you don't deserve to be in society. But of course, it gets worse.
Oh, no
because
shit.
2 days later, on Sunday the 24th, a nearly identical scene happened. This time
I wish
at
I heard
York University's
you,
Scott Library on Kiel
Well,
campus.
yes, because
And
my
here,
internet sucks.
A man and woman, they were sitting there minding their own business when the same thing happened to him. Samuel showed up, poured a whole bucket on both of them, and then left. And again, this is human waste, so please put him under the jail. This is absolutely disgusting. Thankfully, though, I mean, this time surveillance.
Like, it kind of surprises me that we have people like this who. Hang on. There we go. Yep, sorry, my mic got unplugged. Yeah, no, my mic got unplugged. Okay. But yeah, so no, it's kind of amazing that we have people like this who just run around the streets acting like a bunch of unhinged monkeys, just throwing poo at people, and for some reason we can't put them in prison or having a hard time throwing them in the clink. It baffles my mind.
Footage from the university.
Like, this right here would be a sheer case of like, yeah, no, get the guy off the streets and just throw him in jail.
Actually showed the suspect walking through the building in a yellow construction hard hat, and the dude was smiling. And of
yeah,
course,
I mean, look
that
at
bucket.
him. Like again, how are you not being able to find this guy? You can clearly see his face.
So apparently, the joy in this guy's life was dumping human waste on random people. Essentially,
that's
random
disgusting.
Students. It seems like he was targeting students here. Why? Because, I mean, from what I could tell, it wasn't even for social media clout like the other guy. There was, like, this guy named Yanike who was doing similar stuff. And
What? Do I want to know what that is? Do I want to know what the fuck that is? It's white, and it's in the same context as Pee Pee Poopa Man. Do I want to know?
In Brussels. But that was all for social media clout. This guy, I guess...
I fucking swear, chat. I swear to God. Sometimes social media was a fucking mistake. I swear, like, no, like, honestly, I feel like sometimes social media and content creators were a mistake. Because now we get people who just sit here and do abhorrent things to people, all for the sake of clout. It's so fucking disgusting.
Just wants to dump his waste on people. Awesome. But sadly, it happened a third time, and I guess the final incident that year happened on a Monday night around midnight near College Street and University Avenue. So this was just outside of the University of Toronto building, and suddenly a woman walking on the sidewalk there got hit with the same substance, but this time...
Where is he finding... My question is, where is he finding all the poop? Is he making the poop himself? Is he going... Like, I have questions to all of this. I, like, legitimately have questions for all of this. Where does he keep finding all this poop to throw on people? Is he making the poop? Is he just going to, like, I don't know, like, random porta-johns and just scooping up the poop?
At the scene, and Samuel fled east on College Street. So in 4 days, 5 people have been hit across like 3 different incidents. And
I swear, I want to see these news reports sound like they came from like a comic book about like a villain or something like that. Like, yes, that dastardly Pee Pee Poopa Man struck again. This really stinks, someone said.
And the motive, as far as investigators could tell, was simply very unclear, because who in their right mind does this? There was no cameras.
You know what? Like, he probably works during... I don't think so.
He was just showing up and dumping this waste on people. But by Monday, the whole city was essentially paying attention because, you know,
well, yeah,
students are probably horrified.
Well, yeah, people are starting to pay attention because, well, 1, we live in the day of the internet, and 2, it's a very oddly specific crime that stands out like a sore thumb, and you can literally smell it from a mile away.
They don't want to risk having a bucket of human waste dumped on them while they're just trying to study.
That dastardly pee-pee poo-poo man.
Exams isn't stressful enough. Now you suddenly have to worry about
I want this man. I want this man to dress up like a comic book supervillain, and I want him. And I want like the little insignia on his chest to be PP for pee-pee poo-poo man.
Showing up and dumping a bucket of human waste on you? Seriously? But apparently some students even stopped showing up to campus altogether, while those who still did, they said they found themselves constantly looking over their shoulders in the library, which honestly is not the vibe you want.
Well, no, especially if you're putting in so much into college tuition just to be
human waste on people.
And then fucking zooming off.
Police released surveillance images of the suspect and asked for the public to help identifying him. Then on top of that, an infectious disease specialist from Toronto General also weighed in, reassuring people that while the situation is obviously disgusting, the health risk from a single exposure like this was relatively low. But to be honest, I mean that doesn't make it any better. You just don't want a bucket of human waste dumped on you.
Oh,
again, please.
Thank God, no infectious diseases is coming from this, except, it's just, it's just, someone dumping their fucking poop and pee onto you. Like they're giving you the dirty R. Kelly treatment.
The jail. If you have to walk around and dump human waste on people to get joy in your life, I'm sorry, you're not cut out for society.
No.
But tips started coming in quickly, and Tuesday morning, November 26th, Samuel was located at a shelter near Queen Street West and Spadilla Avenue when someone had
it comes from
online.
It comes from a guy that lives in a shelter. I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to profile or anything like that because of, people who live in shelters, but I'm just saying people who live in shelters are typically not the best cognitive people. They are a little on the crazy side.
Weapon and 5 counts of mischief interfering with property. And the next morning, Samuel appealed briefly at the Old City Hall for what was supposed to be a bail hearing, but it didn't really go as planned, partially because, the courtroom was very overwhelmed, and I guess close to 100 people showed up, including a large number of University of Toronto students who had clearly decided they needed to see this person. So the number of spectators forced the officials to actually find a larger room, causing a delay of nearly 6 hours. And that's actually interesting because normally they would just stop people from entering the court if the court is full, but I guess in this case, they just got a whole new room. So I love how this kind of basically just turned into this public event. And I guess on Reddit, it turned into a whole bunch of jokes and memes because people couldn't settle on.
Wait, hold up. The fecal flinger. I think the conscript, wait, hold up. The fecal, wait, hang on. I want to read this as an old-timey person, the fecal flinger. I think the constipator came to the rescue. The serial I'm a fucking child. The serial shitter has been caught. The mad shitter. I'm sorry, the mad shatter. I say, you must be mad as you must be mad as a shatter.
The name for this guy, but they ended up on the pee-pee poo-poo man.
I don't know. I kind of like the fecal flinger. I kind of like the fecal flinger. But pee-pee poo-poo man sounds kind of funny.
But regardless, when Samuel finally walked in, he was wearing a blue
flatulent. No, Topaz, it's not flatulent because he's not farting. He's pooping.
With his head down for the most of the proceedings, and this is all. Well,
honestly, if I were pee-pee poo-poo man and I got caught, yeah, I don't know how I would actually look at the crowd or look at anybody, knowing that yes, this is going to be on my criminal record.
Ways requested an adjournment, and the bail hearing was then pushed to December 3rd. But meanwhile, Samuel remained in custody. So Ways told reporters outside that his client was in shock over the situation, and they also pointed towards mental health as likely a factor, though he didn't really go into specifics.
No, jail was not an appropriate place for my client, and I'm not going to speak specifically about my client's situation in terms of his mental health status. There's been a lot of speculation.
I would
that
imagine he's
the
kind of crazy.
allegations may suggest some mental illness, understandably.
Well,
but
yeah.
honestly, I can't speak as to the specifics about my.
Wait, you're telling me the guy who's throwing poop and pee at people by the buckets, who lives in a shelter, may not be mentally sound? You don't fucking say. Like, hold up. Yeah, you don't fucking say.
Client, but what I really want to bring home, if I might, is just as in a very general way, it costs far more to incarcerate and jail the mentally ill than it does treat them.
Meanwhile, the students who attended it described it as a mix of morbid curiosity and a genuine need for answers.
Well,
honestly,
yeah,
that
I mean,
kind of makes sense because
honestly, I would actually be over there too. Also, thank you for the lurk topaz. But no, like, honestly, I would be over there too. I mean, shit. Literally. No pun intended. But no, like, shit. I mean, you're going to the trial of a guy named Pee Pee Poo Poo Man.
Because who in their right mind does that? It makes sense that people want to put a face to who this guy is. But the full bail hearing eventually took place on December 18th, and Samuel, he was granted bail with conditions, and his attorney declined to share the specifics of those conditions, but he basically said the judge had been careful to balance community safety with his client's situation. And the bizarre thing about this is the outcome of the actual criminal case was never publicly reported. So for a while, that's essentially where the story sat. But then 5 years later, in November 2024, a Canadian indie film called The Pee Pee Poo Poo Man premiered in Toronto, directed by Brandon Sitter Sr. And it wasn't really a documentary or a straightforward retelling of the events. Instead, it's a loosely inspired experimental piece, which follows a fictional character by the name of Miguel, whose life spirals into, I guess, paranoid delusions.
Nah, man. What you want to do is make it into a full-blown, like, supervillain movie. You know, the Pee Pee Poo Poo Man rises.
Leads him to his own version of the pee pee poo poo bucket incident. And Brandon discussed his proceedings during a post-screening Q&A, explaining that the central question driving the film was essentially, what would push someone to do something like this? I think that's the question that everyone has about this, especially when there's no like element of filming it for Cloud Online like the Unite guy did. Because the Unite guy clearly is just like some sort of either sociopath or psychopath, and essentially just wants to gain attention from shock. But this guy, I mean, he was smiling and giggling and just did this to people, but with no upside.
Because he's not mentally
his
there.
lawyer is probably onto something.
Not mentally sound.
Can't be playing with a full deck of cards. But then,
because he's kind of fucking crazy.
Samuel Apoko was back in the news. This time under a very different set of circumstances, because Toronto police, they responded to a call in Dufferin Street at 12:30 in the morning. Because here a man had followed a woman off of a TTC bus, grabbed her from behind, and assaulted her. And she was able to break free
this took a
while the
dark
suspect
turn.
reportedly kept following her until a passerby stepped in and intervened. And the suspect was identified as Samuel Apoko, who's then 29 years old. And he was also charged with assault, criminal harassment by repeated following, and breach of probation.
Yeah,
and
no, throw him in jail.
A photo and said they believe there might be additional victims that they hadn't heard from.
Throw him in fucking prison.
Breach of probation.
Throw the book at him.
Because it may have hinted to what actually happened back from the earlier incident. So that obviously raised all the questions about, okay, wait, what happened from the 2019 case?
Well,
but
Pee Pee Poo Poo Man
less than
took
a year
a dark
later, in May of
turn.
2026, Samuel, now 30, he was arrested again. So according to Toronto
How
police,
is he
two
like
incidents took
constantly
place
getting
back-to-back.
released
The first
and
one
then
was the evening of May 9th,
like
where a group of women
not being
were
thrown
walking
in
on a
prison.
sidewalk when a man approached them, grabbed one of them by the forearm, and made very unwanted advances, and then assaulted her before fleeing. And the second one one happened the following afternoon, where a woman was followed into a commercial office building.
Seriously,
where she
how,
was
like,
attacked from behind
why
before
is
the
this guy
suspect
not
ran off
in, like,
again.
prison?
In both cases, police say the victim had no prior connection to the suspect, and neither sustained physical injuries beyond the assault themselves. So our guy Samuel here was arrested again on May 12th and appeared at the Toronto Regional Bail Center. This time, he was charged with 2 counts of assault and 1 count of indecent exposure. And here, the court records actually confirmed it was the same Samuel Apoko from the 2019 waste attacks. And this is even though that Toronto police
this one
actually want to
dark.
confirm and connect the names in the past. And now the case is working its way through the courts, but no further details have been made public yet. Obviously, the 2025 and 2026 charges are very different from what he was doing back in 2019,
I would
but,
say
it's safe to say he's not too much of a better person. Like, the original situation is just so bizarre and random and disgusting at the same time, and then the latter situations are just disgusting. So whatever happens with all this, hopefully they stop the pee-pee poo-poo man, because clearly the pee-pee poo-poo man must be stopped. But that was the most recent update of the mythical internet creature known as the pee-pee poo-poo man that you might remember if you were terminally online in 2019. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Yeah, no, that blows my mind that the pee-pee poo-poo man, the fact that we live in a world where pee-pee poo-poo man is a thing, but like, it blows my mind knowing the fact that this guy is just like walking the streets just like he ain't got no business. And he's constantly committing crimes, and it's like no one's like throwing him in the fucking clink. Like, what's it gotta take in order for someone to actually like put him away for a long time? Like that's insane. All right, but that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that is where we are gonna end it here for today. Didn't get to play Mouse PI, but that's fine. You know, I had, you know, fun talking about prehistoric stuff, and I had a lot of fun talking about, like, you know, watching gun videos and stuff about the pee-pee poo-poo man. And you know what? You know what? We're gonna raid Spice. We're gonna raid our lovely friend Wild Spice. I think that's a good victim we're gonna raid tonight. And also, she said that she's gonna give us all free McFlurries. She's gonna give us all free McFlurries, chat. So, I'm gonna pause that. I'm gonna pause that real quick. I'm gonna pause that that ads. So I'm gonna get the raid going for you guys. So we'll just do. Let's see here. Give us our McFlurry raid. Oh wait, no, wait, hold up. Actually. Our free McFlurry. You know, sometimes, chat, I'm like, you know, maybe, just maybe, I might be evil. I might be evil. Hang on, let me do this real quick. There we go. That is our wonderful raid message for tonight. In fact, actually, let me just. Hang on, let me paste that again. There we go. There we go, everybody. I'm gonna send you all to Wild Spice. Thank you all so much for stopping by. Let me see here real quick. So on Wednesday, we're gonna go back to, I believe it's Mouse PI. Right, we're gonna go back to playing more of Mouse PI because I really fucking love Mouse PI. It's so good. I love it. I love it, chat. I absolutely love it. But hang on, let me see here. We're gonna go to Wild Spice. But yeah, so I will see you all on Wednesday for Mouse PI. And until then, everyone, I'll catch you all later. Let's go say hi to Wild Spice. And she did promise us some free McFlurry, so I'll see you all later.